Well, thank you, YouTube. How you doing? We are back here with you, the Politics Matter Hello Neighbor Show. Well, Caroline, you can go right ahead. YouTube, Facebook, and X is on. We're live on Facebook.
Yes. Oh dear. Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone at YouTube, Facebook, and X and
Yes.
TikTok. Please share, like, repost, send a heart me's. And for YouTube, please give us the thumbs up over there.
Fantastic. Well, Caroline. We had a busy day today in terms of news with the visit of the. We have a dignitary on the
Bear in
island.
mind that the Naira
The Ghanaian president, neighbor?
Yes.
Oh
Fantastic.
dear.
Jamaica getting into relationship with Ghana should be very
Yeah.
interesting. Eh?
What do they have, oil or gold? I hope they took us some gold.
Well, I think they are going to be looking at logistics, and I see Auburn Hill featuring there heavily. So I think probably some business and something having to do with the wharf. I see Professor Gordon Shirley there also. So we'll see what happens there. Eh?
Yes, definitely. I hope some great things will happen. But I was thinking about it, neighbor, and I was thinking just today that there's so much things happening in Jamaica. Like it is attracting investors from all over. And
That is true.
Thinking, I hope the Jamaicans are not just sitting and watching people, coming to invest in our country and beat them to it.
That is quite true.
Yeah, I was just thinking that today.
That is quite true. That Jamaicans are looking forward to putting themselves in positions to take up the opportunities.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right, neighbor. Have a great show. Listeners, please remember to tap, share, repost, send a heart me's on TikTok. And for YouTube, please give us the thumbs up, please. Thank you. Have a great show.
Excellent. All right. So, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding um, is in the news. The former Prime Minister says that the relationship between Jamaica and the United States has not been this toxic for more than 50 years. Jamaica is having a toxic relationship with the United States, Mr. Golding. Mr. Golding, the former Prime Minister, was speaking on Cliff Hughes online on Monday. Listen to Mr. Golding. Bruce, toxic and sour. Now, that is not the understanding of many Jamaicans, that the relationship with the US is toxic and sour. Is that the position of the government of Jamaica? Is Mr. Golding speaking on behalf of the government? Or is Mr. Golding sharing his own views? He's a former Prime Minister and he ought to know. Nonetheless, Mr. Golding made the comments on Cliff Hughes online. And I got a call today out of the United States. I am not versed when it comes on to foreign affairs or diplomatic relationships, but we better be careful, We better be careful. Anyway, listen to Bruce Golding
Toxic and sour. That's how former Prime Minister Bruce Golding has described the existing relationship between Jamaica and the United States.
You hear that? That the relationship between Jamaica and the US is toxic and sour. Huh. That's heavy. Heavy stuff coming from a former prime minister. Describing the relationship that Jamaica has with its major trading partner as being toxic and sour. There is no question that the government of Jamaica need to say something about this. Is Mr. Golding on a frolic of his own? Or is Mr. Golding representing the views of some Jamaicans? Mr. Golding is not one that has not had his own challenge with the US, you know. There are things that are not fit for airplay. When Mr. Golding made that comment about Ligani, many of you would recall, but you know, not everything can be said and not all truths are going to be made known. Some things are secret and will be secret until death. Only God is omniscient. Eh? But I think Mr. Golding should be careful. I don't know that a former prime minister should be getting involved this deep in the country's foreign affairs. I think that these matters ought to be handled by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Mrs. Kamina Johnson Smith. Mr. Golding is a former prime minister, you know. Is Mr. Golding being a little irresponsible here? Or is he simply speaking his mind? And to what extent does the speaking of your mind requires constraint at a time like this, especially with the president of the United States being who he is? You know, when I make calls to the US, people don't even want to call the president's name. So I hope Mr. Golding has not put the government in a position that it has to defend itself. What with the TCN deal, that is still very controversial, you know. Still very controversial. Anyway, let's listen to Mr. Golding. This report came out of Nationwide. Mr. Golding made a speech, you know. I'm not going to be able to get to all of that tonight, but very, very interesting, Mr. Golding. Listen to it.
Toxic and sour. That's how former Prime Minister Bruce Golding has described the existing relationship between Jamaica and the United States. And he does not see things improving during the current Trump administration.
Not for more than 50 years has the relationship between Jamaica and the United States become so tense, and I would even say toxic. Not since.
Hold on. I'm going to play it all for you, but I just can't allow that to slip. How many of you are 50 years old? How many are you? How many of you watching the program are 50 years old? And Mr. Golden is saying that that the relationship that Jamaica now has with the US is worse than when he was prime minister. Really, Mr. Golden? Mr. Golden is saying that, you know, I don't know if you know about the um the ideological 70s. If you were born in 1973, then you are 53 years old now. If you were born in 1972, then you are 54. So what Mr. Golden is saying is that the relationship that now exists between Jamaica and the United States was better than in the 70s. What? Guys, are you hearing this? You are telling me that the relationship that now exists between the Andrew Holness-led administration and Washington is worse than it was in the 1970s? That cannot be. This is amazing stuff. I don't understand what Mr. Golden is saying at all.
Asking everyone to tap, share, repost, and to send a heart news, please.
Hold on. I am totally in agreement with Mr. Golden. I think this is shocking coming from a former prime minister. And I think that the government of Jamaica should say something about it. It is that important. I have to drink a little water because this is hot. And I want to talk to you about emancipation and independence, you know. Bruce Golding, former prime minister, says that the relationship that Jamaica now has with the United States is worse than it was in the 70s. In the 70s, when the United States was not even trading with Jamaica, they were not sending tourists here. Our shelves were empty. What the dickens is Mr. Golden saying? Listen again.
So, former Prime Minister Bruce Golding has described the existing relationship between Jamaica and the United States, and he does not see things improving during the current Trump administration.
Not for more than 50 years has the relationship between Jamaica and the United States become so tense, and I would even say toxic. Not since the Jamaican government expelled the U.S. ambassador back in the early 1970s, Vincent de Roulet. Yeah, because of comments that he had made here, which the government found offensive. But not since that time has the relationship become so challenging, and we're going to have to live with it certainly for the next 1.5 years.
Golding first voiced his concerns about the diplomatic relations between Washington and Jamaica in his address at Team Jamaica Bickle's Jamaica 64th Independence Gala in Philadelphia, USA. He accused the U.S. of placing increasing pressure on Jamaica and other CARICOM states through what he describes as unilateral foreign policy decisions and demands. According to Golding,
Hold on there. Now, what are those unilateral demands? What are those unilateral demands that the Holness administration have to acquiesce to? This is a massive story. It's a massive story. And I'm going to have to spend a little bit more time dissecting what Golding is saying here. But on the face of it, Mr. Golding cannot be correct, with the greatest of respect. Bruce Golding comments are exaggerated. I have the greatest of respect for Mr. Golding. But I cannot see that Jamaica's relationship currently with the United States being worse than it was in the 1970s. There's just no evidence to suggest that. But Mr. Golding is a former prime minister. I suspect that former prime ministers may have diplomatic brief. Do they? But what Mr. Golding is saying here is major, major news. Because the United States and Jamaica ought to be friends. I went into one of these towns in Jamaica today, and I saw a line for maybe a mile. That's exaggerated. The line was maybe quarter mile. And when I asked the people, what the people are lining up over there so far? They say a MoneyGram. Me say money what? MoneyGram. People are collect money. Quarter mile long. That is the type of relationship that Jamaica has with the United States. And Mr. Golding is saying today that that relationship is worse today than it was in the 1970s. I'm sorry, this demands a response from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or even the United States Embassy. Because I just imagine how the spinners will run with this news that Mr. Golding is saying that the US is forcing Jamaica to accept. Forcing us? I'm going to ask my producers to play the entire tape for me. Let us just listen to it, and then I'm coming back with a few comments. Just go back from the top and play it all for me. Go ahead.
Toxic and sour. That's how former Prime Minister Bruce Golding has described the existing relationship between Jamaica and the United States. And he does not see things improving during the current Trump administration.
Not for more than 50 years has the relationship between Jamaica and the United States become so tense, and I would even say toxic. Not since the Jamaican government expelled the U.S. ambassador back in the early 1970s, Vincent Derule. Yeah, because of comments that he had made here, which the government found offensive. But not since that time has the relationship become so challenging, and we're going to have to live with it certainly for the next 1.5 years.
Golding first voiced his concerns about the diplomatic relations between Washington and Jamaica in his address at Team Jamaica Bickle's Jamaica 64th Independence Gala in Philadelphia, USA. He accused the U.S. of placing increasing pressure on Jamaica and other CARICOM states through what he describes as unilateral foreign policy decisions and demands. According to Golding, the move was creating disunity in the region, with individual leaders minded to exercise restraint. On Monday, the former Prime Minister listed a number of examples.
The evidence is in the arbitrary tariff that has been imposed on our exports to America. The evidence is in the third country national agreement that we were required to sign.
My God, my God. What? No, sir. Um, um, Producer, you see, I'm sweating. The studio is not cold enough to handle this. Take a break. Digest that. You know, we are celebrating 64 years of independence. What is Mr. Golding saying here? That the government was forced to sign the TCN deal? Huh? Boy, you can know what the headlines are going to be tomorrow. This is shocking. Anyway, it is what it is. We have to just work with it and live with it and see what comes out of this.
Evidence is in the fact that we had to tell the Cuban doctors and nurses, thank you very much, but you have to go.
The Cuban doctors and nurses. Tariffs, TCN, Cuban doctors and nurses. I don't see how the government can remain silent when a former prime minister is telling Jamaica that Jamaica's hand was forced to sign TCN and send home the Cuban doctors and nurses. Could that be true? Why would Mr. Golding reveal that? And even if those things are so, Jamaica, small country, 3 million people, the United States is the largest economy in the world, has the most powerful army, our largest trading partner. We can't necessarily negotiate with the US, you know. And I think Jamaicans should understand that we are in no position to say no to certain demands made by the United States. I think we can talk all we want. We can criticize all we want. But I don't know that the United States, in making certain demands on Jamaica, necessarily is the same thing as a bad relationship. The US can make demands on China and Russia, Canada, France, the United Kingdom, almost any country in the world. Poor Jamaica. And it is not in Jamaica's interest to make enemies with the US. We're not in that position. A little small economy, not even as large as Florida. There is no state in the United States that Jamaica can match with. I'm sorry, I think Mr. Golding went too far. And I think Mr. Golden should be careful when he speaks. Because while Mr. Golden may be at liberty to express his views, Mr. Golden must remember that the party he once led as Prime Minister is the party in power. And it would be very disappointing if Mr. Golden, in expressing his views, did anything to injure the relationship between the United States and Jamaica. And here is the political point. And give to the PNP ammunition against the Jamaica Labour Party. Mr. Golden must not do that. Mr. Golden has to be careful that he does not set up his own party at a time when the country is really struggling with disinformation. As a matter of fact, I think that that word is the new fight. We need to emancipate our people from disinformation, not misinformation, disinformation. The deliberate peddling of falsehood to bring down the government. Because there is no doubt in my mind, as we celebrate 64, that there are forces at work in Jamaica backed by money paid to peddle lies against this Andrew Holness-led administration. The evidence is clear. And it's not only the voice note where they were discussing the ball of politics. You just need to go online. You just need to listen to media and read the columns. And it is clear to me that it's either there is a witch hunt, it's either there is a witch hunt, or there is a orchestrated plan to force the government into an early election. And I don't think that Mr. Golden helped with his comments today. Mr. Golden's relationship with the US is well known not to be good. And I'm not going to comment on that. I leave that for others. But I don't think this helps the party. And I wonder why Golden chose to make these comments today. There is a struggle in Jamaica, guys. And there are some labor rights that are really building, really fighting, really struggling and have taken on the fight. Take it to them. And then there are some labor rights who seem like they want to bring down the party. Fewer. Because I want you to know that the PNP is not offering much of an alternative at this time, And when you look at the alternative, now you tell me this, all of you comrades listening to me, you tell me this. And moderator, I want them here, I want the comrades here. I want them in the chat. And I'm asking my labor right friends, be kind to the comrades. Keep the chat active. As I want to ask them some question. I listen to Mr. Mark Golding. Mr. Mark Golding can't even write one independence speech. I'm not sure I can get to that tonight. All in Mr. Golding independence speech, he missed the mark. Golding missed the mark. And you tell me, comrades, what on God's earth is the PNP offering to the people of Jamaica? Right? What are they offering? What are the alternative policies that you can put before me tonight that betters that of the Jamaica Labour Party? And people talk rubbish about bias. And I tell people every day, I don't do balance. Because me are no skill. I don't balance. I know. Me no balance. Because I am not a skill. If you want balance, go a shop. Go down a Coronation Market and you will get balance. £1, £2, how much pound you need? Don't come here for balance. Come here for...
Please allow me to interrupt. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. For those of you who are on YouTube, please give us the thumbs up over there. For X, I'm going to ask you to repost. For TikTok, please repost, send a heart me's, and share. And for Facebook, we're going to ask you to share the live as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Don't come here for balance. I don't do balance. Okay? I am into analysis, commentary, and opinion. I am sharing my opinion. And if you think my opinions do not suit your political narrative, that is your business. Okay? And I can tell you straight up that I am not in anybody's pocket. I hear one little half-wit over one place talking about neighbor sing fin supper. Sir, I don't eat supper and I cannot sing. Okay? I don't eat supper and I cannot sing. So if you sing for your supper, me no sing and me no yam supper. Okay? So hop off of my name. Hop off. Okay? because when people cannot challenge your arguments, they stay on the fence and criticize. I bet you can come up in the box. Come up, come tell me that. But you can't. You stay on the sideline and you throw stones. Foolishness. What are the alternative prescriptions that the PNP is offering Jamaica that would cause the people of Jamaica to trade the Andrew Holness-led administration for them? Let me I'll get back to Mr. Golding, but Mr. Apka Pitsenley said something that I want to play for you. By the way, listen to this. Listen to this. The Prime Minister.
The leader of the opposition is a liar.
The leader of the opposition is a liar. That's the Prime Minister of Jamaica saying Mark Golding is a liar. Listen to Mr. Fitzhenley.
Jamaicans might note that the opposition leader stood in Parliament and committed to moving forward concerning areas of constitutional adjustments where there was agreement between the administration and the opposition. He alluded to Jamaica deposing of the UK monarchy as head of state as among the areas of agreement where action should be taken with alacrity. However, the opposition leader made a sudden U-turn. It was around the time when he was still a citizen of the UK. I'm not sure what attended upon his mind. However, as Jamaica begins to celebrate 64 years of...
And you know, comrades, your leader, only allegedly renounced his British citizenship after pressure. I don't want to criticize Golding, you know. I don't want to do it. But I need to say this. Mark Golding was a British citizen while he was a minister of justice. Mark Golding, Jamaica's Minister of Justice, was a British citizen. We had a British citizen as our Minister of Justice. What an injustice. What an injustice that our Minister of Justice was a British citizen. At that Jamaica come to. At that we come to. And then chat. And then Mark Golding is writing emancipation message and independence message. Oh, come on now. You know, but these are not discussions that we can advance too much, you know, because they're too sensitive. And somebody tell me today that neighbor, you have to be careful of your audience. But I know my neighbor rights, you know, them can handle heavy stuff. And we talk about independence and Jamaica becoming a republic. Listen to Mr. Apka.
Critique. However, the opposition leader made a sudden U-turn. It was around the time when he was still a citizen of the UK. I'm not sure what attended upon his mind. However, as Jamaica begins to celebrate 64 years of independence, I think now would be a good time for the opposition leader to commit, to abandon delay tactics and move forward towards Jamaica achieving
Fitzhenley saying
republic status. Jamaicans.
Fitzhenley saying that it is Golding that is preventing Jamaica from attaining republic status. Mark Golding. And so as we celebrate 64 years of independence, we should make note of that. I'm trying to find something here to play for you. But I want to get back to the former Prime Minister, Mr. Bruce Golding, because I think what Bruce said today was quite shocking. Let's take that from the top.
Toxic and sour. That's how former Prime Minister Bruce Golding has described the existing relationship between Jamaica and the United States. And he does not see things improving during the current Trump administration.
Not for more than 60 years has the relationship between Jamaica and the United States become so tense, and I would even say toxic. Not since the Jamaican government expelled the U.S. ambassador back in the early 1970s, Vincent Deroulet. Yeah, because of comments that he had made here, which the government found offensive. But not since that time has the relationship become so challenging, and we're going to have to live with it certainly for the next 1.5 years.
Golding first voiced his concerns about the diplomatic relations between Washington and Jamaica in his address at Team Jamaica Bickle's Jamaica 64th Independence Gala in Philadelphia, USA. He accused the U.S. of placing increasing pressure on Jamaica and other CARICOM states through what he describes as unilateral foreign policy decisions and demands. According to Golding, the move was creating disunity in the region, with individual leaders minded to exercise restraint. On Monday, the former Prime Minister listed a number of examples.
The evidence is in the arbitrary tariff that has been imposed on our exports to America. The evidence is in the third country national agreement that we were required to sign. The evidence is in the fact that we have to tell the Cuban doctors and nurses, thank you very much, but you have to go home. We're being told what to do. Our foreign policy is no longer our domain. Our foreign policy is being dictated from Washington. This is not how countries are supposed to work with each other. If we were a big country with the kind of population that, say, Brazil has, but this population, I believe, is almost 200 million, with a large market that America can't mess with, then we would be able to take a firmer position. But poor little Jamaica.
Golding says he made the strategic decision at the gala not to enlist diaspora help to advocate on Jamaica's behalf.
I didn't want to place members of the diaspora at risk. Those that are on green card could lose green card. And even those that are U.S. citizens now, while they may not be able to lose their citizenship, they may one day wake up and find that they are the subject of some DOJ investigation, or they may receive an IRS tax audit, because that's the way the game is being played in America now. If you run across the administration, you are to be punished so that you fall in line. And I didn't want to expose members of the diaspora to that kind of jeopardy.
Shaloy Smichael for
Shocking stuff. Shocking stuff.
Not for more than 50.
From Mr. Gold. We have to get back to that. From the former Prime Minister. Mr. Mark Golding delivered an emancipation message. Here's a little bit of Mr. Golding.
Exclusion, freedom from discrimination, and freedom to pursue one's goals and aspirations with confidence. Many Jamaicans still struggle to access opportunities that allow them to live with security and dignity. Many young people wonder whether their greatest ambitions can only be realized beyond our shores. Many families continue to feel excluded from the full benefits of our country's progress. Another aspect of our emancipation is incomplete. Some of our values and attitudes do not help us to move forward as a people. The Right Excellent Marcus Mosiah Garvey called on us to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, with the exhortation that none but ourselves can free our minds. There is still work to be done to move ourselves forward beyond this. These realities do not diminish our achievements. Rather, they remind us that the work of nation building remains unfinished. As many people continue to grapple with the devastation and loss caused by Hurricane Melissa and the feeling of abandonment in its aftermath, we have once again witnessed our resilience in communities coming together. Neighbors supported neighbors, volunteers, churches, civic organizations, and ordinary citizens demonstrated the compassion that has always distinguished the Jamaican character. That spirit reminds us that resilience is strongest when it is shared. But while resilience has ensured our survival, it cannot be and should not be the cornerstone of our national strategy. The responsibility of leadership is not...
All right, a little bit there from the opposition leader, Mr. Golding. Here is the Prime Minister. Prime Minister, Doctor, the most honorable.
Seconds. Emancipation Day calls us to remember one of the most consequential turning points in our history. On the 1st of August 1838, full freedom came to the formerly enslaved people of Jamaica after centuries of bondage, exploitation, and injustice. That freedom was not freely or generously given. It was secured through the courage, resistance, and endurance of generations of our ancestors. Some resisted openly, others preserved their dignity through faith, family, culture, work, and community. They refused to accept that the conditions imposed upon them defined their worth or limited their claim to humanity. Today, we honor them. We remember those whose names were recorded in history and the many more whose names are unknown. We remember the mothers who held families together under brutal conditions, the fathers who struggled to protect and provide, the spiritual leaders who sustained hope, and those who risked everything in the cause of freedom. Their victory was the assertion of a fundamental truth, that every human being is created with dignity, conscience, and the right to determine the course of his or her own life. Emancipation gave our ancestors legal freedom, but it did not immediately give them property, education, economic security, or equal access to opportunity. They entered freedom with very little.
Of course. So we're listening to Prime Minister Dr. the Most Honorable Andrew Holness delivering his Emancipation Day message on Emancipation Day. Let's go back and listen to the Prime Minister.
Material wealth and with institutions still shaped by the inequalities of slavery. Yet, they did not wait passively for others to build a future for them. They established free villages. They purchased land, built churches and schools, created businesses, cultivated farms, and formed strong communities. They understood that freedom had to be supported by ownership, education, discipline, cooperation, and faith. We have seen the same spirit in our own time.
By the way, I don't want to break the Prime Minister too long, but if you are a student, you see, and you're into speech writing, I'd love for you to take these two speeches and dissect them. Mark Golding's speech was why I tell you. Anyway, Mr. Golding's speech writers ought to do better, you know. Who wrote Mr. Golding's speech? Anyway, let's go back.
In the months since Hurricane Melissa, communities across Jamaica have suffered real loss. Nevertheless, they have taken up the hard work of rebuilding. Neighbor helping neighbor, families repairing homes, communities restoring what the storm took away. The endurance, the faith, and cooperation that carried our ancestors out of bondage will carry us through reconstruction. And we are determined to rebuild not only what stood before, but something stronger and more resilient, so that no storm can undo in a night what a generation has built. True freedom is the capacity to make responsible choices, to provide for one's family, to own property, to pursue education, to establish a business, to worship according to conscience, and to participate fully in the life of the nation. Political freedom without economic opportunity is incomplete. Legal rights without personal responsibility cannot produce lasting progress. The promise of emancipation must therefore be renewed in every generation through the work of creating a society to which every Jamaican has a fair opportunity to advance. We must continue to widen access to education, land ownership, housing, employment, and entrepreneurship. We must build an economy in which effort is rewarded, enterprise is encouraged, and families can accumulate assets that may be passed from one generation to the next. We must recover that spirit of self-reliance and enterprise. At the same time, emancipation reminds us that freedom must be protected from every form of domination. No Jamaican should live under the control of criminals, gangs, or violent men who seek to govern communities through fear. A community cannot be truly free when children are afraid to walk to school, when businesses must pay extortion, or when families are forced to remain silent in the presence of wrongdoing. The struggle for freedom, therefore, continues wherever law-abiding citizens are denied peace, security, and opportunity. We must stand firmly for law, justice, and order. We must strengthen families, support responsible parenting, and teach our children that freedom carries duties as well as rights.
Yes.
We must reject the idea that discipline is oppression, that accountability is hostility, or that personal responsibility can be replaced by permanent dependence. The strongest tribute we can pay to our ancestors is to use our freedom well. We honor them when we educate our children, care for our elderly, build honest businesses, protect our communities, and conduct ourselves with dignity. We honor them when we reject prejudice and injustice. We honor them when we refuse to allow the circumstances of our birth to determine the limits of our ambition. Emancipation is both an inheritance and an instruction. It tells us where we have come from, but it is also a call for us to decide what we will become. Let us therefore continue the work of building a Jamaica in which freedom is supported by opportunity, independence by ownership, rights by responsibility, and hope by purposeful action. May we remain worthy of the sacrifices of those who came before us. May we preserve the freedom they secured. And may God continue to bless Jamaica, land we love.
Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember, Bustamante, he served you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell. Equal rights and justice is our everlasting song. Unity and progress will make our nation strong. Stand up for your rights when you hear the bell. Stand up for justice, hear the freedom bell. Remember, Bustamante, he served you well. Stand up, Jamaicans, when you hear the bell.
Well, thank you so much. That was the Emancipation Day message by the Most Honorable Prime Minister of Jamaica, Dr. Holness. Now, Karl Marx, you see? Karl Marx said that the history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles. And Karl Marx was writing from the Communist Manifesto of 18 1948. The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggle. Class struggle. That is Karl Marx. Listen, Marlene Malahoo Ford, this is important.
Leading the most significant constitutional reform since Jamaica attained independence. To say goodbye to the monarch, goodbye to the king, where our people cannot even visit freely. When we began the work of constitution,
You know, former Prime Minister Golding was there talking about visa. Visa. Singaporeans don't need visas, you know. Dubai, the people of Dubai, them don't need no visa, you know. Listen to me now, Jamaica. Listen to me. Make we cut out the foolishness and this nonsense about ball game of politics. Has Mr. Mario resigned yet? The Labour Party need to put some more pressure on that councillor. He should not sit in the parish council. You think Singaporeans need to buy visas? 1965, they got independence. And when did we get our independence? 1962. What is it that Singapore have that we don't have? Or maybe the question is, what it is that we have that they don't have? The history of class struggles. Because Karl Marx saw society as a fight over who controls production. The struggle or the fight for the control of production. Man, I could take you deep tonight, but my time is running out. So are you?
Asking everyone to give us the thumbs up over there on YouTube and for Facebook. Please like and share. TikTok, please send a heart means, repost and tap and share, please.
Some of you.
And for X, please repost the live, please. Thanks.
Some of you think you know, but you don't know that you don't know. Some of you think you know, but you don't know that you don't know. Ironically, the best answer to that struggle isn't state control. It's ownership. There is a fundamental difference between the Labour Party and the People's National Party. It is fundamental. It is philosophical. And Labour rights must know it. It is right here. There is a difference between capitalism and socialism. The thinking. Thinking make it a man. Thinking make it a man. And if your thinking is wrong, you're going to live a wrong life. And you're going to govern wrongly. It is with the thinking. Because capitalism gives ordinary people tools to own and build and keep what they produce instead of waiting for the state to redistribute it. Listen to Mrs. Marlene Malahoo.
Constitutional reform. We did so on the understanding that becoming a republic was a shared goal between the governing and the opposition parties in the parliament. And we have spent a lot of time and a lot of resources investing in ensuring that our Jamaican identity can be brought to the fore, that we can have a Jamaican head of state who represents our Jamaicanness, who represents who we are as a people. And what do you know? The leader of the opposition has stood in the way of the change.
Well then, how is it that Mr. Golden cannot give emancipation message? These are some very important questions, comrades. PNP people were listening to me. How is it that it is being reported? Be reasonable. Be reasonable with me now. I'm going to the callers soon, but be reasonable with me. It is being reported that Mr. Golden is standing in the way of Jamaica becoming truly independent. Mind you, and let me just back up that and show you something. Because I don't want to mislead you, and I want you to understand exactly what we're trying to achieve here tonight. Mr. Golden is delivering an emancipation message. And on the August 6th, Mr. Golden will come out with his New Year's message. No, New Year's. Not New Year's. Independence message. As a matter of fact, I think Mr. Golden may have been writing that already. But the people are saying that Mr. Golden is standing in the way. Mr. Golden is standing in the way, but Mr. Golden is standing up giving an emancipation message. And I tell you this because there are moments, you see, there are moments in the life of a people when celebration must become reflection. I don't get into celebrations. I do reflections. Some of us party too much. And we wouldn't mind if we get 5 more holidays for the year. We go party. We don't reflect. We celebrate. And many people, if you should ask them, what does emancipation mean? Or emancipation? Them no know. But them a go a grand gala. Galanga gala. Because I tell you that emancipation is one of those moments. And so as we commemorate 2 defining events in Jamaica's history, emancipation, and emancipation shattered the legal chains of slavery, and independence, 2 different things, because independence is the affirmation of self-government or self-determination, the right to do it. And when you listen to Mr. Golden today, that is a question that is now up for debate. Is Jamaica truly independent? And you people of Jamaica, need to start because these are not merely historical anniversaries. They are sacred reminders that freedom has always demanded responsibility. That freedom has always demanded dignity. And finally, freedom demands moral courage. Courage to speak the truth, to come on a program like this, being cussed out, called all types of names, labeled all type of things, but come here every night with the courage to tell my brothers and sisters in Jamaica the truth. And every day when I go on the road and I hear people say, neighbor, thank you, I say to myself, thank God, this little boy from the country, take bus come a town, son of Dalvis Coke. Never know that one day I would sit in this chair and command an audience of 200 people. Never saw it. And I'm deeply humbled for your support, for your gifts, for your contributions every night. Deeply humbled for it. Because I want to tell you that history teaches us that political freedom does not always produce personal freedom. And a nation may be independent while imprisoned by the politics of scarce benefit and political spoils, which has created a hostile tribes perpetually at war. The chains may no longer be forged from iron. The chains may no longer be forged from iron, but they can be fashioned from deception. And I tell you this, that there are thousands of Jamaicans that are fashioned from deception. Because I don't see how a free man collects $5,000 and vote against his conscience. That's not freedom. But we have become remarkably skilled at appearing free while remaining deeply bound. And I tell you, our contemporary society desperately needs this message, because we live in an age of curated identities where social media often rewards performance over authenticity, visibility over virtue, and influence over integrity. We have mastered the art of projecting what we're not. We celebrate appearance and we neglect character. We have become so connected digitally, but we have remained isolated. And the ball game of politics is the new enslavement. And it's time, my brothers and sisters, that we look at the People's National Party and say to them, let my people go. Let the people of Jamaica go. They suffer too long. They suffer too long under deception, man. It's time for it's time for us to look dead in the face and tell them, let my people go. Let them go. Lego Jamaica. Lego Kingston. St. Andrew. Trelawney. Lego Manchester. Lego Westmoreland. Lego Hanover. Lego St. Elizabeth. Lego Manchester, Clarendon, St. Catherine. Lego St. Mary and St. Anne. Good God Almighty. All those people using parachutes, defecating in scandal bags and parachuting them in the gully. Let them go to people them. Stand pipes. Thinking, the poverty of aspirations. And I researched this today. I researched it today, because I wanted to find out, my God, how could a party that performed so poorly in government still enjoy such good support? You want me to tell you why? No, you have to tap the screen, or maybe tomorrow. I'll tell you tomorrow. Go back to Marley. Go back to Marley.
And I say that we must take sleep and mark death, because Mark Golden cannot be trusted.
Well, there you have it. The man who stood up to give a emancipendence message, and the man who on August 6 will be coming to wish Jamaica happy independence. The man who seeks political leadership of Jamaica. We are being told that that man cannot be trusted. And when you report these things, people talk about bias. I don't hold no strings. And by the help of God, I will speak the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. And I will tell you this, you ain't hear nothing yet, because the best is yet to come. Because the truth shall set you free. Amen. Amen. Goodness gracious me. Listen to this.
The leader of the opposition is a liar and cannot be trusted.
No, me say that. Oh boy, Mark Golden.
The leader of the opposition is a liar and cannot be trusted.
So there you have the Prime Minister of Jamaica saying that the leader of the opposition, the man who stood up to read Jamaica's emancipendence message, that man is a liar and he cannot be trusted. Wow. I wonder what the Prime Minister knows that we don't know. And yet, 400 and odd thousand Jamaicans voted for him. You see, independence, you see, is more than a flag. Independence is more than a national anthem. Independence is self-determination. Self-determination. I really need my listener support, because I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of things to say, and I have a lot of work to do. People choosing their own values, building their own institutions, and taking responsibility for their own progress. And when politics becomes the ball game instead of building, that undermines independence. Will Mr. Mark Golding be going to the Grand Gala? Will he be at the Grand Gala? Because if leaders are scheming to delay progress for partisan gain, the nation stays stuck in a loop where freedom exists on paper, but not in daily life.
And I say that we must take sleep and mark death, because Mark Golding cannot be trusted. He cannot be trusted. His words cannot be trusted. He wrote to Prime Minister Holness, asking him to move on with the change of Jamaica becoming a republic. And because he wanted it his way, he took the highway and refused to cooperate. Prime Minister Holness and us have ensured that we have not politicized the reform of Jamaica's constitution, because we recognize that this work requires collaboration between government and opposition and the approval of the people. But he has ensured that we have stalled in the process, and I don't know if it is because he has a loyalty that he cannot get rid of. But what I know for sure...
Imagine. Marlene Mallow, who fought, is opining that Golding has stalled Jamaica's progress. And she asks the provocative question, is it because he has loyalties he cannot get rid of? If ever there was a statement of profound implication, there you have it. I am only playing what I heard, comrades, and no me say so. Marlene Mallow Fort says so. We are talking about independence. It is important to listen.
He has ensured that we have stalled in the process, and I don't know if it is because
Jamaica is stalled because of Golding. That's what she's saying. That Jamaica stall. You know when something stall, what happened to it? It can't go forward at all. Because it stall. No stall when you sell orange pan, Stall. Going up a grade and the engine not powerful enough, can't go for. And that is why the Jamaica Labour Party yesterday, through their spokesman,
Jamaicans might note
put out this statement. As Jamaica is celebrating its 64th year of independence. Senator Fitzhenley calls on opposition leader to abandon delay tactics to allow Jamaica to become a republic. I am not inciting anything, but if Mark Bolin shows up at the Grand Gala, someone should ask him, Mr. Bolin, why are you holding back Jamaica? And Mr. Bolin wants to lead Jamaica, but he's holding it back. Hello, Mr. Fitzhenley.
The opposition leader stood in Parliament and committed to moving forward concerning areas of constitutional adjustments where there is agreement between the administration and the opposition. He alluded to Jamaica deposing of the UK monarchy as head of state as among the areas of agreement where action should be taken with alacrity. However, the opposition leader made a sudden U-turn. It was around the time when he was still a citizen of the UK. I'm not sure what attended upon his mind. However, as Jamaica begins to celebrate 64 years of independence, I think now would be a good time for the opposition leader to commit to abandon delay tactics and move forward towards Jamaica achieving republic status. Jamaicans might note that the opposition leader stood in Parliament.
There you are. We have a little problem there that we need to talk about. Golden is holding back Jamaica. Anyway, I've gone on for too long. I'm not out of things to say, but I'm out of time. I will continue this conversation tomorrow, August 4, because we have independence on August 6. Thank you so much. YouTube, please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share, and please, thank you for your support. Our Zelle account is across your screen, 954-635-8732, or you can cash app $Caroline Perrier. And we appreciate your support as we continue to do the work of building Jamaica. Politics Matters JA, conversations that matter. TikTok, thank you so much also. Tap and share, and please send the heart me's, send a rose, send a donut, send a lion, send a beer, send what you can. You need to support the program as much as you can. Your support keeps us going and help us to come back here tomorrow. Meline Smith, our first caller, good evening to you. Hello. Hello, Meline Smith. Hello. Want to say fantastic. We are launched on Facebook tonight, and we're also on X. So thank you, listeners on Facebook and on X. Want to thank them for watching our first night on X and our first night on Facebook. Since we had that unfortunate incident with the channel, we're on again. Thank God, and thanks to my team, especially led by Caroline. Thank you so much. Lee Croft, are you there? Hello. I'm going to my callers now. You here? Hello, Lee Croft. Hi. No, not there. Okay. Spider, hi. No. Okay. Matsik, good evening to you, sir. Hello? I'm not sure. I'm not hearing it. Hello?
Yeah, good evening, neighbor.
Good evening to you, sir. Hi.
Blessings, and happy holiday and happy emancipation to all the viewers and listeners that tune in all over the social media.
Thank you, sir.
Me tell you say your platform will go more and more. What you know, you tell me tonight say the X.
No, we were there already, you know, sir. We were there already, but we had some very unfortunate situations with matter, you know. So we have to be starting all over again. But we were there already. We were on Facebook and all over the place. But
Okay, wonderful.
God is good, so.
God is really good. Now, neighbor,
Yes, sir.
there is so much topic that we can talk about, but me here emphasize the whole constitution reform for us to become a republic that the PNP started.
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that it is this republic that they are stalling. I think they are stalling Jamaica's independence, because you know, sir, independence is not the signing of a document, you know, sir. Talk with me, no man.
Yes, definitely.
You're having a problem in your background there, though.
Okay, let me sort that out.
Yeah, it is self-determination. You see, as I was saying to you earlier, that Singaporeans don't need a visa, you know, they don't, and we are here worried about whether we will lose our visas or not. That's not independence. That is subservience, and that is why the PNP needs to be called out. The People's National Party should be called out. They shall not escape. They shall not escape the scrutiny of the Jamaican people, the scrutiny of the Jamaican people. I'm going to show you something before I bring my friend back in, because without knowledge, the people perish. Good evening to you, Foresight. I know you're listening. Foresight. And you see this nonsensical thing that they talk about, ball game. It is something that we need to talk about a little bit more. Now, in the 1970s, under the PNP, that's 1972 to 1980, we had the move away from private enterprise towards the state. The private enterprise collapsed towards that of state. Do you remember what I told you about Karl Marx? What Karl Marx said about the fight for the control of production? Now, in the 1970s, 1972 to 1980, Jamaicans were fearful. And I will tell you this, that one of the political ball game that politicians play is that they create fear in people. Fear is an emotion that you can, that's how people grape, you know. Well, leave that alone. Now, that fear that was created in the Jamaicans caused capital flight. And I want you to note those two terms, those two words, because they are very important to understanding history. Capital and flight. Now, capital can't fly. Capital can't fly, you know. It's people that fly with the money. In other words, wealthy people who had money to invest in the country left. Many of them are in America right now. So what you call the mass migration. Oh, I wish I could tell you a little bit about history. Mass migration. Right now, the UK is trying to stop the boats. People fleeing from poor countries wanting to get into the United Kingdom. By the 1980s, Jamaica had shortages of food. Supermarket shelves were empty. Couldn't get soap. Somebody tell me about dirty gal. I'll never forget, my mother sent me to shop to buy a can of mackerel and sugar. And I was told I couldn't get a pound of sugar. I had to buy a roll of tissue. They marry them. That is why I don't understand Mr. Golding, Mr. Gold, that is Bruce. Bruce's suggestion that Jamaica's relationship with the United States right now is the worst. Violence and the economy was in free fall. The Jamaica Labour Party that followed in 1980 had to do the painful work of stabilization, liberalization, and restoring investor confidence. That's the 1970s collapse under the People's National Party. That is not an opinion I'm giving you. That is empirical facts. The 1990s saw the FinSAC debacle again under the PNP. 1989 to 2007. After liberalizing the financial sector too quickly, several banks and insurance companies collapsed. FinSAC was created. So FinSAC, Financial Sector Adjustment Company, was created to bail them out at a cost of 40% of the country's
and committed to moving
gross domestic product. Thousands of Jamaicans lost their homes. So what we saw in the 70s, again in the 90s, and their businesses, it was a trauma that shaped a generation's view of debt and trust in institutions. The Jamaica Labour Party and later JLP governments had to carry the fiscal burden of that debt for years. And when you contrast that with the last 10 years or so under Andrew Holness, microeconomic liberalization, business liberation, infrastructure liberation, psychological liberation. And so the question is, why the PNP nonetheless stayed closer to Jamaican identity? And this is the psychological puzzle. Why, after the PNP has been so reckless, Jamaicans still love them? Follow this space and I'll tell you why. Go ahead, Matzik.
The reason why people still love PNP, we have some, it's hard to describe them. We have some people in Jamaica and them licky. Them love when people come with sack bag, them consider them to be God, and PNP psychologically realize that that's what they want. So they play the political game, neighbor, and feed on the minds of these people. That is the reason why. They do nothing as an MP and they still remain as an MP for years. That's why. No, listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Touch about the people that had to migrate in the 70s. My father tell me a story in neighbor about that.
Uh-huh.
My dad told me that these people were so desperate to leave Jamaica. A lot of them pretend to be sick just to leave. Them left with them money, hide it in a plaster polish because they left so them foot broke.
Yes.
Some say their hand broke. And that's how they hide their money, because we didn't have the system we have today to move money quickly.
Yes.
Ahead of us and everybody. Yeah. So them have pretend to them have broke foot, hide the money in them plaster the foot that's been plastered. And the hand or the neck or whatever, them pretend that they've got an injury or some form of sickness at the time. That's how desperate people were, because the situation was grave.
Oh my God.
Desperate.
Uh-huh.
Desperate. My father tell me about it. And a lot of people in Jamaica don't realize where we are coming from and where we are. And that's why the state of emergency requires for a Senate from the opposition to vote in order for it to be in law after 2 weeks after the Prime Minister, because he's got that constitutional duty to call a state of emergency for 2 weeks. After
Yes.
2 weeks, he'd need the support of the opposition. Remember in the 70s, the reason why we need a Senate from the opposition. That was done by Edward Siaga. Because the PNP used the state of emergency as a weapon against its political opponent. And they have a state of emergency for over a year. Babsy Grinch, Colonel Charles, and many more was arrested and placed in a park camp in detention center to oppress the opposition so that PNP can ascend to power. So PNP have always, if them use authoritarianship to reign, them use dictatorship, or they sabotage the people them in order to ascend to political power. They have been doing this from the inception. They did it with Marcus Garvey. Norman Manley did it with Marcus Garvey, and he had to go into exile.
What are you saying to me?
Living in England and dead in England. A lot of people don't know these things. And that is the reason why the PNP doesn't brag about Norman Manley. They talk about Michael Manley. Because Norman Manley reputation when it comes to black people is poor.
Yes.
Very poor. Very poor. A lot of people don't know these things. Marcus Garvey was treated badly by Norman Manley. Jail was built for a man who never commit a crime in space in that Spanish town. Believe me, I said to your neighbor, my father tell me another story. My father is 72. And him tell me in about 1940 something. And watch me now, neighbor.
Yes.
My father, 1950 something, my father, who is a very well grounded because he travel whole of Jamaica in a field time.
Yes.
He know the ups and downs. He worked all in life. He said that he was going to work one morning when the state of emergency was called, and he was nearly picked up because them time they didn't pick up anybody. So when you hear PNP come now and talk about inhumane treatment and people being held in custody, unconstitutional, a PNP a lead that long time. A PNP a do that long time from in the 70s. PNP been locking up people just because of their affiliation, political. Have you ever seen Labour Writer do that? Labour Writer champion democracy in this country. The true hero of democracy in Jamaica is Edward Philip George Siaga.
Yes.
Because at the time when Jamaica was going down the slope, he was the one that fought for freedom, fought for Jamaica democracy. And them don't realize that. And the same democracy that we are fighting for today have been trying to be derailed and stopped by the PNP. In the form of our independence, we becoming a Republican neighbor.
Yes.
So, in many ways, we have been fighting, but people don't understand the sequence. It might not seem as the same thing, but it's the same fight. Stopping Jamaica progress all the while. PNP have been the weapon that farm against Jamaica, as we would say.
Oh, the weapon, sir? Hold on. You said the weapon? They are the weapon? That's a strong way to put it in.
It is. Then there is no other.
You think that you hold on. You think that they're a weapon, sir, formed against Jamaicans?
Then neighbor.
How
is it then that Angela Brown-Burke
yes
come out and talk about the Prime Minister must not be parading house that is given by people who never did live nowhere? The reason why she do that is because they are preventing Jamaica progress. Don't want Jamaica to see the truth. Neighbor, you know many people glad to come on TV to tell people so they get to a house or come to show the people them in Jamaica. Everybody will do it excited. The only person who have a problem is PNP. Remember, they used to give food for the poor house, and everybody could have identified their poor people get it.
That is true. That is true, sir, because the food for the food for the poor houses looked all the same, and everybody knew that they were government poor people house.
Knew it was given to you by food for the poor.
Yeah.
So now the Prime Minister putting dignity in people's life, lifting them out of the pit and putting them in what we would say a palace then.
Well, I don't know if they are palaces, but well, I don't know if they are palaces, but they are. Yeah.
They were living in a degraded situation.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, you see, sir. It's a most absurd argument. And no one is telling me about social justice. I don't need any lecture on that. I've worked with charity for years. My brother, You know what is indignity? You know what is indignity? Indignity, Mrs. Brownberg, is to defecate in scandal bag and parachute it in a gully. That is indignity. You know what is that is you know what is indignity, sir? That listen to me. Listen. They don't know about indignity, you see, sir. What the Prime Minister is doing is giving people dignity, sir. Dignity. Okay?
We know this.
Okay.
Jamaica know this. Neighbor, we always talk about the comment that people make whenever time a post is on the social media.
Yeah.
Have you ever noticed the comment that are under these people who got the
I
positive?
always look at it, sir. I always try to.
And it's positive.
Yeah.
And this is it, neighbor. The PNP don't want the positive message to be preached. So what they realize is that people are getting an impression because the last time, and the last term of the Prime Minister, the social housing was a big part of his re-election. They want to dampen that. But what they need to realize is that, and also neighbor, we need to realize what they're playing. They're trying to distract our mind, being the fact that they said that the government are $1.4 billion. And that $1.4 billion, we are
forward concerning areas of
that the government not using is used to obtain the container houses that are now installed in Westmoreland.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And
PNP don't want the government to parade those because they want to give the impression that the government now do not. So when the government come out and you see them, it's all over the media and the positive reaction is there. They don't like that because they want people to have a negative perception of the government every day, every time. And that's why they disrupt Parliament every time and try to give the Speaker of the House the wrong end of the stick as if she is the problem when they are the one who are ignoring the rules.
yes.
And not only that, this Miss Nikisha Birchall is the one coming out this evening trying to counteract Fitz-Henley.
Yes.
Communication chairman of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Oh.
The PNP have always taken a stance on social.
What did she hold on? What did she say? She's a very interesting woman. What did she say?
Basically, what she's trying to say, because she's trying to say that the PNP has been championing wanting Jamaica to become a republic. But being for the fact that if the Prime Minister if it is not his way, it's the byway.
Oh.
He's basically turning the cards that Mark Golding is playing on the Prime Minister, trying to be clever communicator, but she's not. She's only trying to be speaky, spokey. But when we realize her arguments are shallow, without venom, it doesn't strike home. Because the same thing that she's talking about is the same thing her leader is doing. And I tell you what, it is interesting enough that the PNP is the way it is. Because the leader is the person that he is. Have you noticed that before he became the leader of the People's National Party, it is the same arrogant, distasteful behavior that he had portrayed prior to now? So is it surprising that he ascended to the leadership of the PNP and the opposition People's National Party doesn't give us value for money?
What are you saying?
Look, for example, today we've got the Ghana president visiting Jamaica.
Yes.
A big moment like that. And the opposition leader is getting up to $25 million every year. And he was absent. Where am I get paid for?
Well, as a matter of fact,
because
hold on for me, sir. The PNP put out a statement saying that they welcome the president, but they want clarity on Jamaica's role in the landmark UN reparation resolution. That is what the PNP is saying. That
Angela Brownberg, I heard her.
You heard her? You heard her, sir?
Neighbor, me hear one of them, you know. I'm very versed when it comes to current affairs. Me hear them. Me just don't want to talk about them because they're not relevant.
Oh, you don't want to talk about them?
I'll tell you why I don't want to talk about. No, let me tell you why I don't want to talk about that. Most Jamaicans now listen to that. The intelligent people them listen to that part. You see, if I know something to run with, Jamaican, then local people in Jamaica run with it. So I not talk about them. I talk about the things them will affect the Jamaican them.
I see.
I know this have a general effect on Jamaican as whole, but I'm talking about individually. People used to draw perception from the negative news, especially if they're aligned with a particular party, they run with it. And they don't stop and listen. I always said that they've got liquid intelligence.
Hold on.
Listen to me, neighbor.
Hold on. I want to understand you, sir. You don't have to move too fast. You said liquid intelligence.
Yes, sir.
What is that now?
Liquid or something will run. And if you are intelligent enough, when you get information, you don't just run with it.
I see. Oh.
You research. You research, you examine, and you inquire.
Say those three again. You research. Hold on. You research.
Examine and inquire.
Research, examine, inquire. Now, when you do those three, you don't have liquid intelligence. Fantastic.
You never, because by that you've got the truth now at your disposal, and you can now able to edify people. And elevate them at the same time.
Research, examine, inquire. Now, boy, I tell you, when you do those three, you don't have liquid intelligence.
And this lovely lady said,
no, neighbor, that is a fact, no, neighbor.
Yes.
To edify people. No,
Yes.
Neighbor,
Yes, sir.
let me say something here.
Yes, Ed.
I was listening to the Minister of National Security talking about I didn't know this, but I learned this with him speaking. Nikisha Burchell was concerned about her security.
Yes.
It goes to show you that these people are wicked people.
Oh, wicked.
And they love Jamaica because what? Yeah, wicked. And let me tell you why.
You say they're wicked, sir.
It's a strong term, but they're another way. Let me tell you why.
Yes.
She was concerned that she didn't get security details assigned to her. And her life is at risk. No, her life is at risk, not because of the general persona of the public or the fact that we are in a chaotic state.
Oh.
No, we have murder reduced. It is because she propelled herself, advanced herself to threat from people who find her despicable.
Oh, hold on. She
getting $14 million.
She is despicable, sir.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Everybody, have you read the comment? Have you read the comment under her whenever time there is any news? Everybody is saying they've got enough of her now. People starting to see the negative when they thought that she was positive at the inception. But let's keep going on. Because I said to everybody, because I'm an underground politician, and I said to everybody that the PNP keeps shooting itself in the foot.
Yes.
Every time they think that something will go away, within 9 days, something else emerge, and they are back where they were before.
Yes.
And they manipulate every story that comes when it comes to the government. If they feel like the pulse of the people are no agile or fragile, so they jump on it and they try to make it a headline. And whenever time that cool down, they're back to square one. I've said this before, and they never rise again until something else comes up. Why? Because the PNP doesn't have a vision. They doesn't have a plan.
Oh.
Every time the PNP come on the media, it is something controversial. We never see them call a press conference and say, all right, then now the leader of the opposition who is getting $25 million go out, make an overseas trip after him absent from so much function and occasion in Jamaica and get so much money. And he send somebody to represent him. We never hear saying go overseas because he's absent and come back to say him strike some deal that if he were to become government.
That is Mark Golding.
You understand what I said? That is Mark Golding, but this is what an opposition will do. They give to these people, show its people that they are ready for government. So you're going to go over and meet stakeholders all over the world, because let me tell you something, neighbor. Every political party in the world have affiliation with other sovereign states.
Absolutely.
PNP have a affiliation with affiliation.
Man,
with
you
other
know,
states
you
in
know,
the
you
Caribbean
know,
and
you,
other
you,
countries.
you know the politics, you know. You know the politics, you know, boy.
Then we don't know this. Then why you think so you see them bring certain leader on them stage, and we do the same thing too when it comes to our conference.
You know the politics,
Them
but
bad.
let me
And
ask
these
you a
people
question.
are
Let me ask you a question though. Did you hear the former Prime Minister Golden today? Bruce Golden. Did you hear him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What are your comments
what?
about Mr. Golden? Mr. Golden is suggesting that the government of Jamaica was forced to sign deals against its wishes. What you make of it?
It's not a suggestion. I tell you something, neighbor. It's only because the government can't come out and say it. Make Bruce Golden say it, because they know where the people must say.
But hold on.
We know this. I've been saying this long time.
Hold on. He's also saying though that the relationship that exists between Jamaica and the United States is the worst it has been in 50 years. Bruce Golden is saying that the relationship now is worse than 1970. How could that be true?
I tell you why. And Bruce Golden is very right. If people don't understand the 70s compared to now, we have to understand the administration. In the 70s, we were dealing with the Soviet Union and the West. So there was a collaboration. People were now looking to build their state in a prosperous way, and the West was the Soviet Union never did appealing. But yet still, we've got Michael Manley taking Jamaica in that direction at the time.
Yes.
While Siaga, who was at the helm of the JLP in opposition, was showing, so listen, this is the way at the West, it's America and the rest of the Europe are going to control the world within the next hemisphere coming forward and for the foreseeable future. So the PNP Michael Manley wasn't able to see that. So when you use the term and say Michael Manley was a failure, people don't understand. Because when you are a leader, you should be a clear insight of where you want to take your country, ensure that there is no roadblock.
Yes.
But he faced one. So he failed.
No, but I still want you to help me understand.
I'm going into it.
You're going there. All right, galang.
He failed. So watch out, neighbor.
Yes.
People would, because he comes around with the handout and the economy in the 70s, and he tricked people to thinking that what he was doing was feasible, which wasn't. It wasn't sustainable because you were handing out and you weren't growing more than what you were handing out.
Yes.
So it put us in a situation. Where the economy crumbled and we were on our knee. My father tell me, say, if you go buy sugar, you have to buy sanitary pad to get it. So when me hear you talk about the and I grew up in the 80s.
Sanitary pads. That is what now. Tissue?
And I tell you something. Yes, our what your sanitary pad is what woman would use for them purpose.
Okay, Oh yes, I remember that. Yes.
So listen to me now. Now, I grew up in the 80s because it was such as it cost Jamaica so dire, and people don't understand. It didn't affect Jamaica for a decade. It carries on more than a decade. Listen, I grew up. I was born 1979.
Oh yeah.
This neighbor.
And
in the 80s, when my mother sent me around the road, go buy some sugar or whatever, the important ingredients for the dinner for the day.
Yes.
I have to be buying something else to get what she wants. So I knew. But at that time, Siaga was leading the country. But why do you think that it carries on into Siaga? Because it takes a time, just like when Andrew Wallace said, it takes a time to change the destruction that was carried on Jamaica by the PNP.
Yes, sir.
It's so great.
But I want you to tell us, why is Mr. Golden correct? Mr. Golden is saying that TCN was forced on us. Mr. Golden is saying that the United States and us have a worse relationship than we did 50 years ago. How is that?
In today's present administration of the America, of America with Donald Trump at the helm. Donald Trump is ruling with a dictatorship. It's either his way or the byway, and he used the worst set of sanction to intimidate his best friends. Look at Britain, its closest ally. Him impose 50% tariff on them.
Canada.
To get his way.
Canada.
Watch out. Remember that the King of England have to go back in the House of Representative in America and remind them where they come from?
Yes.
You remember that?
Uh-huh.
And everybody give him a standing ovation, even the Republican, because they agreed with 100% with what he said, because where Donald Trump is taking America is far way worse than what we are accustomed to. And that's why Bruce Golden is right. Because listen to me, Donald Trump, I got threatened Jamaica, say if you don't take them TC in here, you're going to lose your visa. You're going to have sanction imposed on you. But the details of the memorandum of understanding will not be sent to the public. But you know, the PNP are called for it. But why them do it? They knew that it will not be released. Because remember the memorandum of understanding with the Tudus matter. Why we never, remember Peter Phillips did sign one and we never know no detail of that. Not even the Prime Minister at the day didn't know about it. You remember that?
I remembered.
And that caused Manat Phelps and Phillips, and that caused Bruce Golden to be hoisted out.
Well, oh Lord. Well, you know, sir, I really don't want to go there. So that is
No. So the memorandum of understanding that is signed, there are details in it. And Bruce Golden being a leader, he know. Say, listen, Jamaica come here was threatened. Didn't you hear him say no country in the Caribbean never refuse? Only one I said never consider. Why did you think he emphasized that? Because he knows that them can't refuse because of the threat with America. He talks about Venezuela in his comment. It's a Venezuela oil when them are produced now. America tell them what to do with it. And that's a sovereign state. So America, the Bible speaks of it nearby in Revelation. It says, and the Bible describes them. The Bible said that they speak of as a lamb, but of the voice of a dragon. The Bible describes them as the eagle in Revelation. And if we read Daniel and Revelation, the time in which we are living in, Donald Trump is the dictator where the Bible has.
Well, I don't know that. Well, you know, sir, I don't know that.
I know the Bible as well as I know politics, so I can incorporate both and give you a light on it.
I see.
So what happened? What is
Hold on though. Hold on there. Hold on. In terms of just clarity. The American system is a democratic system. So the current president of the United States will only serve another little over 2 years, eh?
But that is what I want people to realize.
Yeah.
The people, all the countries that are willing to sign up to the TCN, they are dragging their feet because they knew that a midterm election is coming in November. And if the Republicans lose the House and the Senate, this TCN sitting can't go away now.
Yeah.
Because the Senate and the Democrats, if Democrats win the House and the Senate, they are going to block it.
Yeah.
And bring the president got court. Me tell you, they will not authorize it. But because President Trump got the Senate and the House now, he can't do anything. Because these people have to kiss his ass. Did you read?
Well,
did you see Ted Blanche? Did you see Ted Blanche, who is now supposed to be?
I tell you, yeah, that he can't go through. He can't go through. He can't go through yet.
He can't go through.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because two senators who Trump didn't endorse and
Yeah.
who Trump not like.
Yeah. From Texas, one is
So
one.
Trump is gonna get a fight from his own people.
Yeah.
But Jamaica don't understand the politics
Well,
of America and how it affects
I
Jamaica.
don't want you. I
So
don't.
listen to me.
I don't want you to go too deep, you know, sir. I don't want you to go too deep. You have to take your time.
I know want to go to.
You have to take your time.
Yeah, but
Hold on, man. Hold on. I don't want you to go too deep. You have to take your time. You understand me? And be careful that you don't overexpose us to US politics and all them something. But I understand you.
No.
Pull back.
You see what people don't
Pull back a little bit.
All right, let's go to Bruce Golden.
Yeah.
So what Bruce Golden is saying
Yes, sir.
is so right. Because in the 70s when President Reagan was President of America, coming up, what really happened was that they were more of seeking alliances, getting people on their boat so they would do the good things. They would give you the support. They wouldn't dictate to you how you rule and how you reign. And we become alliance with them. We become their friends. We have been cool. We never have no problem with America over the many years in our neighbor.
Yeah, man, I know. Hold on, I'm gonna disrupt the apple cart a little bit though. Don't you think though that Golden's argument and exposure hands the PNP some talking points?
Repeat the question.
Golden's exposure today, don't you think it hands the PNP some talking points?
No, you see, what Golden did today was to, you see, because he never speak to the what do you call it now? To the specification of some people who don't understand because he's speaking at the Queen's English. So
Man, but he is TCN Matsik has been a very controversial subject in Jamaica, and what Golden is suggesting now goes against a little bit of what the government said.
But I tell you something, it's not really against what the government said, because the PNP can't jump on the topic. I tell you why.
They can't.
Them can't. You see, just like how you said that I should pull back the coil.
Yes.
Them in a more problem. You go speak certain things than me because me not have a diplomatic passport. That is the reason why Mark Golden come out and say. That is the reason why Mark Golden came out and said that America, before he marked people in a crossroad. I tell you why.
They can't.
Just like you said that I should pull back the coil.
Yes.
And says that him in a more problem would give speak certain things than me because me not have a diplomatic passport. So he would not the reason why Mark Golden come out and say. That is the
Sorry,
reason
sir.
why Mark Golden came.
Sorry, I'm getting a
No, that's
feedback.
all right. He said that he would not give and lend the hand if they need our help at this time. No, why he stopped where he stopped? He's a lawyer, he's clever, he chose his words. But listen, what he does now, he's playing on the mind of Jamaican. So he's going across road within a day or 2 days after to go join one protest with some people who say them are protests against Third National coming here. But you just says you would help us. Is that what he says? Now listen to me now, neighbor.
Hold on, sir. Just hold on.
Oh gosh.
Hold on, I'm coming back.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Hold on. I tell you something. This is riveting stuff. This is riveting stuff on the program tonight. You are on YouTube. Tap and share and support the live, yeah? If you're on TikTok, do the same. Facebook, X, all over the world you're listening. Have to get this man to take a drink. Take a drink, guys. What you have there for drink? Bartender, serve one round at the Campari there for me now. Let me get a little warm up. 25 minutes after that.
Asking everyone on YouTube to give the thumbs up, and for TikTok, please tap share and repost and send a heart knees. And for X, please repost the live as well as Facebook. Thank you.
Fascinating stuff. Yeah. So Matsik, you are saying that Golden and the PNP can't really say not much beyond what you are able to say, because their diplomatic passport is at risk.
Of course, you think for them a fool? That's why you see they only join some people on the street and they don't make any loud noise about it on the media. You are the only people they give out to blog with it is their bloggers on the TikTok. They do not come out. They themselves, the PNP, they don't come out and say nothing of great magnitude about this thing because it's a sensitive issue and they know this. And And we never play their mind pan. We, the Jamaican citizen, the nationality of Jamaican has been deprived of true value because of the PNP. And that is the reason why we take so long to grow. Neighbor, when I was growing up, I always want to own my own house. My own. It's like we always see some people in our community where we aspire to be like, because we see them have some satellite on their house and then something. When we are passing them yard at evening time, neighbor, by 2:30 you start smelling for them pot. And then now search for find food. Then time they will not find banana yet or nothing yet to start make dinner, you know. So me always aspire to be the one to start cook early and to make sure that me can provide early. Neighbor, you know say, as since me leave go England and come back in Jamaica, it helped me to realize say, you know say Jamaica is a better place than where we think. It's only the politician that make Jamaica look so.
Yes.
Hey neighbor, Jamaica is a brand. When people say Jamaica expensive, no brand not cheap. If you go to Dubai, it's not cheap. But yet still, them people didn't suffer. Things are expensive. People said food expensive in Jamaica. Maybe I ever see nobody dead for hungry in Jamaica. You ever see no CVG or no CVM and walk on as a rear because that's money did I eat what you call it now, roast platinum and butter, but now we eat steak. Tell me now, if we see them something there. No, never.
Name brand, you say brand not cheap.
Brand not cheap. Jamaica is a brand.
Oh.
Neighbor, I've got a massive amount of people who travel from England to come visit Jamaica all the time. And they love the Airbnb. They don't like the five-star hotel because they love the locals' lifestyle. They love to go into the community, them, go shop. But what happened is this. We might be expensive, but we have option. So if we don't want to buy something for $500, we can go buy it for $50 because we can get the same thing for $50 somewhere else. Neighbor, we're going to the supermarket uptown and the chicken we sell for one pound at $700. And when we go downtown in the China, chicken in here, you know, how much I think we pay for it? $300.
Yeah, it's a brand.
It's a brand.
Yeah.
So we've got option in spite of the fact people are saying Jamaica expensive. Let me tell you something. PNP keep Jamaica in a state of mind for things that them poor because they can't eat steak every day. You're not going to eat steak every day, neighbor, because all the rich people eat mackerel more time because they're tired of steak.
Okay. That is salt mackerel.
Any one of them salt or salt mackerel nothing. It doesn't really which one of them. They all do eat it.
Flash out.
So most of them, enough of them eat it.
Flash
Not
out.
all of them, because some of them scan it too. And say a dog food.
Flash
Not
out.
the people who are prejudice. But yeah, but listen to me now, no neighbor. Jamaica is expensive. Not because Jamaica government make things expensive. We've got things externally that is affecting us internally. We got 2 wars on the front right now.
Yes.
Grains were important to every food.
Yes. The Ukraine war.
If you watch the news with Ukraine and Russia.
Yes, sir.
Ukraine now attack America.
As a matter of fact, sir, Ukraine has just dropped some what they call them drones in Russia. They're destroying one of its largest infrastructure. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Listen now. So what is happening now, neighbor? Jamaica need to pay attention. The war that is happening is an infrastructure war. Because Ukraine are not able to damage Russia and bring them to the table to negotiate any peace. Them have to try to affect them, so they might attack them infrastructure. You know what Russia is doing now?
Yes.
Attack the ship them where carry the grain in the Black Sea for Ukraine, to cripple them economy.
Yes.
So that don't want to cripple for them economy, it cripple us because we have to pay for the food where we coming
and that is the type of discussion that Jamaica lacks, sir. That is lacks.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is what we are lacking. No, what people don't realize back with what happened with the oil now, with the Hamas Strait down in Iran. What in the Middle East? What is happening?
The Strait of Hormuz.
up the Strait of Hormuz.
Yes.
Those all that we depend on. You know, realize we not get none of ship out of it. So what that mean? Oil will become more expensive. Today Donald Trump tweet and I tell the oil giant them to reduce the price of oil.
Yes.
Why you think that is happening? Because it is having effect and
yes, sir. And he said that he's trying to get some talks going with them. And so
Exactly.
this has nothing to do with the government and politics, sir. Well,
and the decision wasn't made in God knows.
That's right.
Wasn't made in God knows. But yet still we are having an effect because whenever time America sneeze, we catch cold.
Yes. That is right.
You understand? No, people can say, but the government, people will say, but the government can do this or do that. Listen to me. What the government can do, the government will do. The government try to keep interest rate or inflation at a very stable, at the minimum, so that we can be able to knock out price and with the budget where we work, with the money where we work, can be able to meet we needs. You understand? That's the duty of the government when these things happen, to try to keep inflation. And if people never know, that's why government have their responsibility to appoint the governor of the Bank of Jamaica so that their interest will be at the forefront. And if we have one governor, we are do well, and you will realize that them carry on to successful administration because them bipartisan. We could think about that. But Jamaican, we need to know that the country not governed by 1 foot.
Yeah.
Or 2 foot. You govern with your foot, your hand, your head, your shoulder, your knees, your toe, your eye, your nose. Every part of your body is required. You understand?
Yes, sir.
It's one.
We do not spend.
Different arms of government.
Yeah, we do not spend sufficient time talking about the impact of geopolitical affairs on our economy, sir.
We need to do this, and this is where the problem is.
Yes, sir.
Neighbor, because a lot of people think government can just come and make one decision like that. If that was the case, we wouldn't need Naira.
That is true. That is true, sir.
People don't think
that is true.
Government can just come and say them are going to do and it happens. No,
yeah.
There is a lot of procedures. These procedures are drawn out. It's long.
Yeah.
We hear the one road that going to be like 2 years time before we see road start. What happened between the 2 years? Procurement procedure. Engineer and technocrats have to go and go check soil and sample and make sure that everything good. Certificate have to be verified. Permit have to be granted. And a lot of things. And how many different bodies have to see this one process before it is confirmed.
Very right, sir.
And that is the red tape and the bureaucracy that we talk about. People need to understand that our country will not move forward with PNP being sabotaged when we already have too much bureaucracy. PNP is that red tape in a Jamaica progress. And them are the bureaucrats. Them is a part of the bureaucracy. Yes, they are. Then if they are going to sabotage the progress of those who need help, then bureaucracy, you worse that well. You don't say them a bureaucracy because you plan to not make it happen. Bureaucracy might take a little time because we have to go through that process. But them not the process.
Hold on there, sir. You said the PNP are the bureaucrats. They are the ones.
They, of course, them are part of it. Them are the main part of the bureaucracy because them have a lot of people in a lot of them agencies where hold up the progress of the government. I tell you something, I'm not going to call the name, but I'll give you an example, just to keep it out of the air. I do government contracts, and I was supposed to be paid on one job at one point. But the project manager is a PNP. I'm not even going to talk the name of the ministry. Listen to me, just feel left it alone. The project manager is our PNP. No, this man know me as a laborite, because he know me not hide me affiliation. No, you see, when me forget pay, I was beside him one day. When he call somebody inside of the office who's supposed to make up one check. You know who I call for him friend? And me when to get paid nearly a month ago, him never call and me there in front of him and say, make me get my money to So a lot of time when you hear Deadman Mackenzie say contractor is not being paid. Not for them people here where make up a check up PNP and them a sabotage the process. Them no want the process move forward so the government look bad. That's why Angela Brown-Burke no wants to the house then when the government get in our country now parade because then they talk about the government have the 1.4 billion and then a spending. But people, the 1.4 billion is to obtain the container houses them, and it takes a time because them have to obtain built out and ship to Jamaica, and for shipping alone nearly 3 months. For built out our next 3 months. And then we procure the contractor 1 2 months. But we talk about the time for hurricane till now, that's about 9 months. And then PNP say the government now move fast. When also they were also in the process of slowing up the process, but through the vice note come out now, we now see them come now and try to derail nothing because guess what? Them now have no foot for standard, no foot.
My God, sir. How you come from?
That's a fact, neighbor.
How you come
St.
from?
Mary.
Huh?
St. Mary.
What a gift!
And that's
What a
the
gift!
problem. And
What a
people-
gift you are to the Labour Party! What a gift you are!
But people now understand that is what is happening. That's why Angela Brown-Burke come now and try mash down out and talk about dignity for people feel bad about themselves. But as them feel bad for know that the Prime Minister fulfill the mandate that he was assigned to do.
What a gift you are
You
to
don't
the
see
party!
the picture with Dayton Campbell how he bow down to the Prime Minister when
Well-
the Prime Minister is upright.
Well,
Did you see that? Did you see that?
I saw it. I
See him, I feel him feel bad, but look here now, him never even noted that picture gonna reach the forefront for we up on social media see it. Him do it not just for appreciation and the boss really they work, but behind it, in front of the camera, because he thought that was behind the scene. Not forgetting that, listen, this is a social media space, everybody have one phone out, everything are gonna reach over there. So be upright, be astute, be a man of integrity, show your colors. If you want dirty, if you play dirty, play dirty. If you play clean, but don't play the hypocrite with it.
wow.
And that's what they do. So when they go in front of John Wallace face to face, one on one, then stand up right out them bow.
Oh my God!
And say, you are the man. And that them know. But when them in front of the TV, then try to give we Jamaica. The impression said this man is the devil's advocate. But I tell you something. No weapon that farm against Dr. Michael and Jones shall prosper. You hear what I say? None. Because I tell you something. The people that we are praying for Andrew Honest are them are the true people in Jamaica. And them are the true Christian in Jamaica, the champion. And at them are vote for Andrew Honest. Some people, when people think they are PNP all the time who love God, them start make God speak to their heart and them realize, listen, PNP not really no good. And at them are vote for Labour right. And me I tell you something, neighbor. My heart bleed when me see people are suffer and I realize that it is the problem of the PNP why they are suffering. It's not of themselves because the PNP take. Hey, listen to me.
Oh God!
Me see Nestor Morgan. Me see so many members of parliament that I follow on the social media. I put out information to its constituencies saying that after of this training or that training going on, and you should take up the opportunity or wait wherever there is an opportunity, they are putting it out for his constituency. I mean, now see PNP never do the same thing. Neighbor, I don't shy away from whoever I follow, you know, I follow all of them because I want to get their perspective. I want to challenge them. I want to see if they are who they say they are. So me not shy away from them. Me follow them. Come I don't want to be the man who sound like the bias. Me want to can talk with them a talk, listen with them a listen, and then me come and me debate with them I say with you and other people who want to talk about it. Because if I don't know what they're saying, how is it that or if I don't hear what they're saying, how is it I'm gonna talk about what they're saying?
Yes.
No, I listen to them. None of them never not try to promote them constituency. And I tell you something. If each constituency doesn't grow, Jamaica economy not grow. PNP have too much seat in Jamaica.
Too much seats, huh?
Too much constituencies governed by the PNP at the moment, and them 28 constituency are suffer miserably.
What you saying to me?
They are suffering miserably because the PNP doesn't care about the business of them. And remember, and Jamaica need to start to take this into consideration. Listen, people, the politicians never get the minimum of $14 million a year. Each MP, and if you are minister, and if you are opposition minister, Our opposition leader, you get way apart from 17 up to 20 million to 28 million a run. People are free with money. When we go to the supermarket and we are paying the high price and we are cost, say the price too dear, it pay them. And we need to start realizing that we are paying them and we not get water in our pipe and we not see the road fix. We not see the health center improve. We run them. We have a government who have all of these policies on the table. Road fix, water coming up pipe. And we not see none of them are going on the PNP constituency. If the government doesn't have a major project going where they will benefit from. You hear what I say? None of them now mediate or advocate for them constituency. Me hear them tell them people say no money them the government not giving. None of them are tell, none of these 28 member of parliament are telling constituents that this present government not giving them any money to run their constituency, them are sabotage. But the question is, why aren't they making nice about it if that was the case then, neighbor? These people have been toyed and treated like a puppet. The PNP have treat them and I take them in a idiot. Because if no money in a run, neighbor, they would not make nice, because everything they make nice but them I take the money and I try to deprive and sabotage the place so that people have a perception of the government that they are not doing anything at all.
What you saying to me, sir?
PNP is a curse.
Oh my God.
PNP is a curse, neighbor. Them a destruction. Them no good. So, neighbor, me tired of them.
God, the man said about curse.
Me neighbor, PNP come like one bill where you want to pay and can't pay. It your head in stress.
Mighty God of Daniel.
You have one bill for pay and that boss kind of is the time
I have one right now, sir. I have one right now.
Neighbor, as a PNP is just think about the bill where you as a PNP
Yeah.
is to Jamaican who are constructive, who are productive, and who want to see better for them country.
God.
PNP is like that now to everybody who have got ambition.
Uh-huh.
Almighty God, neighbor.
Oh.
No, PNP are destruction, they're not good.
Oh God. Help us. Lord God. How will you say to me?
We need help in this country, and we thank God for your journalists.
Uh-huh.
In my help. And you know something? May I watch, when I see it on the television, you can see the truth. You can see the light that is shining up on the labor rights them. Have you ever seen Andrew Wallace with his cabinet members behind him and you look at them, all them face look cool and nice?
Well.
And when you look at the PNP, them, they look like when time dog come out a pen.
Oh.
Wash off and get where they run up and down.
Oh.
Ugly and raga.
Wow.
No, we can call them and class them anyway we want to class them after we have an obligation to them. I'm a Jamaican citizen.
Uh-huh.
I don't use words that strong and seem spacey, but you will never hear me use certain language on your network. Me, I'm going to use some terms where to classify them and class them. Them no worthy of good deeds. PNP no worthy. Yeah. PNP full of cupboard now.
Oh.
Them all. They need to de-broom.
Oh,
Get
man.
one broom and brush them down.
Uh-huh.
The PNP, them idea all I'm full of cupboard now. You don't realize what I mean. Nancy grew up on them ideas now. Then chaka as the Prime Minister would have called them. Why you think the Prime Minister say, we not living in a chaka Jamaica because of that we used to. One chaka Jamaica. And that's what Prime Minister Andrew Wallace has been changing. Remember, since 2007, Bruce Golden oversee Jamaica in one little period of time where he tried to reform or transform the economy.
By the way, sir, I hear that several members of parliament from the PNP have joined listening to you.
They would.
Yeah,
you know why?
that's what I hear.
They're not nobody else. They not have nothing constructive up on the other side.
Well,
You know,
I
they know
hear
truth
that.
and they love truth, you know.
I hear that they are all listening to you tonight, sir. All who tune in.
PNP no truth. PNP no truth.
Talk to them. Talk to them, sir.
They no truth.
Talk to them. Maybe Mr.
They
Golin
know
is
truth, but they don't
listening.
love the truth.
That they have brought it to Mr. Golin's attention. Listen, talk to them, sir.
Mr. Neighbor, I'm going to tell you one little thing where you don't realize with PNP.
No.
All of the PNP them know they are suppressed.
Suppress.
They are holding down their head in shame because of them party. I mean, I tell you this, they can't talk it. Not talk the politics now. PNP and they attack politics now, neighbor. Them not even cost labor right. And one time when PNP dependent for and them choose, them cost labor right like dog.
They're not able to discuss the politics anymore.
Because the PNP put them to shame. Their own people are putting them to shame. They are not giving them any PowerPoint. In politics, neighbor, you need PowerPoint.
Yes. Now, what are those?
PowerPoints are things that would bring down your neighbor or your opponent. Argument that is strong, that the government find itself in our pickle, our PowerPoint, the whole supporter then talk about it. Something start to affect the country and the government is make a wrong decision in the effect of it, people start talk about it. Then they are PowerPoint for them. But here what go on? Here what the PowerPoint in the country? The container house where they did try to give people the impression that the $1.4 billion that was sponsored or donated by the diaspora is been held on to by the government and have not been used. Think about it. When that money, the government have made a commitment from 2025 November that money will be used to procure the container Una and our Philip go get somewhere to finally live.
Yes.
It's not only that. The government was also securing land because one of the people that live chaka.
Yes.
The people live in a decency and the things look uniform. In a build foundation to put them on. That is the $1.4 billion.
Yes, sir.
Notwithstanding, neighbor, notwithstanding that the government, through the Ministry of Labor, same time, put aside $10 billion to help people with roof.
Yes.
10 billion. And they were talking about 1.4. The 1.4 wasn't to fix the roof. The government help the people who need their roof fixed. The 1.4 for people who have nothing at all. And that's the decision that the government make with the money, with the people, where the people then send to give to the government to assist people who are in need.
My God.
The government make a strategic plan, and the plan that the government make is, listen, PNP put the people in some house in Westmoreland and Hanover whenever feasible are conducive anymore with the climate change where we have in the world today. So you want to know, those people were totally destroyed. All of them borders that they destroyed. The Prime Minister with his infinite skill and wisdom. Yes, because he's guided by God. He's guided by God, so I use the word infinite. With his infinite skill and wisdom.
What you said to me?
Back and thought about what is best for this country and its people. And he said, listen, we are going to take people from poverty and put them in a prosperity. You hear what I say?
Yes.
And these container houses, when you see the sequence in which they are lined out, they come like our housing scheme.
Oh my infinite wisdom.
And that Angela Brownberg don't want to see parade and the media for Jamaican to get the positive impression of what's happening. PNP are wicked. They're wicked. Hey, if PNP could have walked over here for Labour right to lose the election, they would have lose. For sure, you type of people. Some people when they like to see neighbor prosper, so they would have do anything for them not prosper. We are telling you, PNP coming like that. Some people would have walked up on the neighbor because he see him prosper or him pretty educated, so he would have do anything to tap him, so he's not pretty excel. PNP is like that. Like Hobby Walker. When we talk how we talking at Jamaica, PNP come like Hobby Walker. Somebody that go walk over upon you because they don't want you to have what you have. I don't want you to go. I don't want to deprive you of what you have. I students have true potential. They want to trample on by you. I PNP that. Wicked.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I saw them still. Neighbor, when we are growing up, we know enough people who stay saying on the like say other people the prosper, I saw PNP tan. Them literally stay so. But yeah, we not talk like that on the media. We not talk like that to people. Some people now we not talk people language. But no people think like this, so me talk no neighbor. I saw them tan. They're wicked. They're no good. Neighbor, you know see. If Mark Golden is not having the legacy, he will not have the only legacy Mark Golden will have is that he led the PNP to its third term demise. And Finsa. He will not run for a fourth term. I can tell you that. If it's gonna happen, and I will predict this to you, coming up to the 2030 election, 2029, whatever time the Prime Minister decide to call it, PNP are gonna be worse than it is now.
What you say to me?
Because I tell you something, neighbor. PNP is not united. No. Have you noticed that when the Naira bill was debated, Malawi Fort take a stance?
Yes.
We jump up as if Malawi Fort are oppose the government. No. It's democracy.
Yes.
She's got a view.
Yes.
She can share and express it.
Yes.
She run a constituency, and what is it? That's how our constituency think. She represents what our people think.
Yes.
Every constituency don't think alike. So the question I would like to ask, are these people who represent the people in the constituency governed or run by the PNP MP, all of them did decide with them MP that they want to vote against Nara? Because that's not democracy. I'm sure that they should consult with their constituency before they vote against it or abstain from the vote.
Yes.
But it was all politically motivated by the one and only Mark Golden. Because anything Mark Golden said them have to do.
Is that so?
But Mark Golden cannot dictate to Peter Bunting. That's why I'm quiet so from what he, because him not really depend where he depend. Him just depend the politics. And if he feel it convenient to come out and say something to make him party get a political point, he will say it. But other than that, you're not hearing the whole heap of chatting in a Mark Golden opposition party. And I'll tell you why. That is the reason why him take himself away from the spokesperson for national security, because too much chatting in that, and he don't want to chatting for Mark Golden. It's the same rubbish. But he can't tell him that politically, because him a business buddy.
I see.
Business friend. Business-wise, they do well. So them know him now destroy that business relationship. But politically, he in himself see that Mark Golden is a novice.
He's a novice.
You understand? And guess what now? Remember, Peter Bunting beat Nikisha Birchall in 19. Because right now, this is not PNP now. This is Risers. And the PNP that we are accustomed to wasn't as disruptive as this PNP now. But we've got now a party named the Risers taking all policy from the PNP and them make it more obvious. Because PNP usually hide under the ground and do the little thing, but they want to blunt and bare face with it.
It's a new breed, sir.
That's why they call themselves.
New breed.
It's a new breed.
It's a new breed.
Call it.
Yeah, it's a new breed.
It's a new breed.
What?
So this PNP, what you see right now, is a typical Mark Golden Bear Force. And tell you why. You see people have money and rich, and so then cockatoo and go on.
What you saying to me?
Yes. If we have money,
cockatoo.
Mark Golden are bring impersonality into the politics.
Cockatoo.
Cockatoo ways.
And
if you don't get the theme way, you know what? Go off with that. We ain't gonna follow. Go away with that. Remember,
boy, I tell you the truth. I've never heard that.
Malawi Fort said, Malawi Fort. It's a Malawi Fort.
Cockatoo.
Malawi Fort says, Mark Golden cannot be trusted.
Our
Prime Minister says, Mark Golden is a liar.
Yes.
Why do you think those two people says what they said?
Boy, I tell you, it troubles me, sir.
The Prime Minister, he not trouble me, you know. I tell the Prime Minister, I tell you the truth. But you know what the problem no, neighbor? The fact is, because this comment was made mostly on a political floor, people think a political job.
I see. Yes. Yes, you're right about that.
Neighbor, I tell you, not the people don't know the psychology.
Yes.
Because it was made on a political floor, people think a joke.
But can you imagine, sir, the Prime Minister of a country calling his counterpart a liar? A man cannot be trusted?
Yeah. Yes.
You
know why I call him a liar?
Wait, tell me.
You see the constitution reform?
Yes.
when the proposal was made and the what do you not call it now? What the body that was formed to look into the matter.
Constitutional Committee.
When the Constitutional Committee, listen this neighbor, and this is very important.
Yes, sir.
There wasn't anything on the table about the Privy Council and the final court of the Caribbean Court of Justice here. Nothing. And as times goes by, Donnelly Motley was that person appointed on that committee by the leader. And as times go by, everything was going. Remember, a ministry was formed to deal with that.
Yes.
And when the minister for that ministry come and said that this man cannot be trusted, she knew what the process were and where he flip-flop. But we don't see the blueprint and the fine print. So when we hear the argument, we don't really know what's happening. We just think, say, boy, I just want another comment made because of politics time. No. And that's why I'm glad that here about Fitz-Henley is the communication task force. I think Andrew is a very clever man when you have him as the communication chairman. So it's not in politics that we get the communication now. Remember, he's the Jamaica Labour Party spokesperson. He's not the government information minister. So what the party are doing now, the party are communicating negative more effectively. When I said, and Rusty said the last night that the party not communicate effectively enough, I thought Andrew want to see where the problem was with the party. You know, see it, you know?
Yes.
And he tried to remedy that. And Abe Fitz-Henley is doing a wonderful job. He's a very calm, eloquent man. When he spoke, it have effect.
I see.
Because his wording, even though it's sometimes the adjectives are beyond some people's meaning and comprehension, his wording is you can't come back on him, but no, you can't come in a pretty talk to him, because in word him talk alone make you know, so don't try it. So when Nikisha Burchell come one like she wants to speak, he spoke it. Oh, come on now, you get your match. But your match is not as ugly and cranny as she is. Because I tell you what, she is the spokesperson on culture. And it's a bad example for Jamaica culture, because we don't have a culture where we have fake body. And fake this and fake that. Jamaica is all natural.
I see.
Natural ingredients, natural woman, natural man, natural herbs, natural drink, natural fruit, natural this, natural that. And she is the Ministry of Culture. She is the spokesperson on culture, and she artificial.
So, hold on. She's artificial, sir? Hold on. What do you mean artificial?
Yes, sir.
He's an artificial. Hold on.
Botox.
He's an artificial lady?
Yes.
She's not real?
Yes. She half real.
Oh, what you say to me?
What you call it now? That thing that we put in a woman.
I don't know though.
Yes, our body.
Shh. Or what's up? Careful. Careful. Careful.
Her
Bum.
Her cheek, her lips.
I see.
All of them places she do them.
I see.
No, as an opposition she do plastic surgery.
Oh.
As an opposition
Well, I don't know.
spokesperson and culture. You cannot have it in our culture. Look at who them becomes opposition spokesperson. She really an opposition spokesperson and culture. Because everything where we culture value, she's opposing.
Well.
With her persona and her appearance. She's not valuable to this.
Wow, what a takedown. What a takedown.
She become right down.
Yeah, what a takedown by Matsy.
She become right down because when we look on our culture minister, Oliver Babs-Grange, she has so yet and look how she look. Her natural appearance look better than one woman we're going to do Botox.
Botox? She did Botox, huh?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know that.
You know, look here, you don't notice her cheekbone, the man almost catch her eye.
I didn't know that.
And her cheekbone almost catch her top eyelash.
I don't look at her.
She want bring up her face and notice her lips. Her broad, the top one, she do it. She do it, neighbor.
I don't look at her at all.
No, well, me understand, because she had to look and she discussed it. So I
No, well. No, I just.
She is discussing, though.
I tell you the truth, sir. Wow. Boy.
No, but she needs to come down now, because what she's trying to do is trying to discredit our honorable Garden House, which, in spite of the fact we have some leader or some people who represent constituency who never do nothing good in their constituency,
Yes.
they never go on so bad in the parliament.
Yes.
They never go on so bad, and that's where we have to show respect. I mean, she would have gotten my respect if she had shown Jamaica some respect. But when you go in the parliament and disrespect parliament, you disrespect us.
Yes.
And I will not hold regards for you until you leave parliament. I will not rest. You don't deserve being in my parliament.
You are going to
despicable.
You are going to not rest until you get her out, sir?
Yeah, man, she have to come out.
Oh.
We are black her down. We attack. All the way me attack now, me not attack them. Talk them. Everywhere me go, me I go talk them. Me I cuss her like this. Makes you feel bad. Because neighbor, just like how they keep on repeating the lie, and the people don't believe it, if me keep repeating it, people are going to believe it too.
Well, you know, sir, you have been fantastic tonight. And I want to thank you.
I'm tired now, neighbor.
Yeah, no.
We can't wait. No, I'm tired of them.
Oh.
Neighbor, I made this commitment to serve my country.
Yes.
There was, remember, in civics in school, we used to do civics in school, remember, and there are certain things that are taken out of school. There is one song that we used to sing. That song is like a pledge that we as people made in school. It is the national song. You know what song that is, neighbor? I pledge the love and
serve with humble pride. Be shining over never.
Neighbor, listen. You see that song?
Yes.
The wording in that song, the PNP doesn't want Jamaica to pledge true allegiance to its country. You see, if you listen to that song is that song where I tell you, say, you're not going to build nobody else's place but for your place. You're going to show true allegiance to your country, no matter what, to your brother and your loved ones. And in the fellowship, I pray gracefully, and I tell God where you commit yourself to do for your country, But at the same time, you show yourself, country is where I will die for.
That's it, sir.
Neighbor, when PNP take that song, did you know that the PNP take that song out of school?
They took it out?
And then you not sing again in a school. We used to have to sing that every day. The pledge, the anthem, everything we have to know in a school. That's a song when me have to sing back in the 80s when I was going to all-age school. Then time we have all-age school. You know what me I talk about? All-age school go to grade 9. We used to have to sing that. We now sing them again. Then now sing again. Then look up in me, I don't know it. I played it, give my son, and he doesn't know it.
Oh my God.
So the problem is, this song is a pledge that you make as a person to your country. It's like you have made a constitutional pledge
yes.
of a young person. And the PNP make we lose the patriotism because they took this away. So people of Jamaica, and then get an education, they want to fly away.
Oh my
and
God.
And they call it brain drain. Then give it a name and call it brain drain. Brain drain. Here, every morning we used to sing it at school. You see, that is the problem we have with PNP. Then take what the spicy part of Jamaica and give it the butter part.
Oh my God.
And I'm not joke. They're disgusting, sir.
Oh my God.
These are things that they took away from us. If civics was left in school, PNP would never get 4 terms in a parliament. Because people would understand politics more. People would understand the structure of governance. People would understand the structure of how people of fear are run and how their life are affected by government policy and decisions. PNP remove that. Because let me tell you something, neighbor. In an authoritarian state,
yes.
Brainwash them. Well, let me not use the word brainwash, but they make sure that in some authoritarian state, like for example China, they make sure that they teach them picnic for them very early. It might seem as if it's a negative, but in some sense it's a positive.
Japan too, sir.
PNP does.
Japan too.
Japan too, yes, sir. That is the reason why they are good in technology.
Yes, sir.
And they are leading the world in technology all the time.
You bet.
And this country that we are talking about now, neighbor, our Prime Minister mentioned Singapore. How many times he used that as an example? You know why? Because the formula, the economic formula that Singapore uses was founded in Jamaica.
Well,
when our dear beloved late Edward Philip George Siaga was the Prime Minister, he came here in 1981. 81 or in 1982.
Yeah.
One of them time they come. Yeah. And he visited him at a state visit Jamaica, if you know. And that state visit that he had, Lee Kuan Yew, that state visit that he had, it was one of his best visits because that visit makes Singapore the best country economically right now in that part of Asia. One of. And remember, Singapore never did make car and them thing there. And all of them something there. So their formula is great, knowing that they don't have this great big manufacturing production. You understand what I mean? But yet still, they are still able to compete economically with these giants in Asia.
Yes.
So Jamaica, why are we where we are? Question. Answer. The People's National Party has deprived us of the opportunity for growing longer than we are now. We are barely scratching the surface. And so if we got neighbor, Andrew Holness need another 2 more years because he's still young and vibrant and have a lot left in him to offer. And I can see that he's got a lot of vision because within 9 months, he could architect NARA. And he got vision of where we want to bring Jamaica. Come on now. Isn't that a leader that is on his P's and his Q's?
Oh, yes.
Isn't that a leader that is up? Isn't that a leader that knows and have an idea of where we want to bring Jamaica? PNP no idea, you know. I've watched Prime Minister Question Time every Wednesday by 4 o'clock on my television in England.
Yes,
I'm always a part of England, even when I don't live there.
I do too.
Always I watch it. And the opposition, whenever time them a bash the Prime Minister, they come with solution and they tell you the solution. They tell you what they think would be best. So think about it. And I've never heard a solution. And that is democracy. And that is the oldest parliament in the world. We need to remember that.
Yes.
And if we've got the oldest parliament in the world, when we did in 10 years,
yes,
we have 7 prime minister. Why we have opposition, Mark Golden as opposition leader? He should have gone long time. The people in there, because I feel money in use. You see last election, I want to money Mark Golden push out, give him constituency representative in the QT Academy.
Yes, that's all.
To win, you know. How you mean?
I don't know.
Neighbor.
Yes.
The let me tell you this. I mean, I tell you something you don't know, and you need to know this. The PNP, the People's National Party, has changed the way politics run in Jamaica from the last election.
What you say to me?
You know what they did? I tell you what happened. In that election, PNP was going around and they were giving people 30, 40, and $50,000.
A lie you are tell, a lie you are tell, sir.
Neighbor, I never lie.
Oh God.
I never lie.
$50,000?
Neighbor, the member of parliament, former member of
Don't
parliament.
call no name. Don't call no name. Don't call no name.
The former member of parliament for Southeast St. Mary lost by 19 votes. And 149 of his ballot, they consider it to be what they call it now, spoiled ballot, or the rejected. Rejected, because if it is spoiled, it can be contested. It is rejected. Why is it rejected? People went into the polling station and they indicate, are they right? I love you. Draw one stick man, then draw one gun. And 149 of that vote.
Oh gosh.
What you say to me? You mean people went into the ballot box and write "I love you" on the ballot paper?
Yes, neighbor. Some of them draw stick man, some of them draw gun. Name all that. Some draw car, some draw two people, one table with man. Neighbor, what time you have to go in the police station to go do that?
Oh gosh.
No, tell me, neighbor. No, not true.
What?
Neighbor, this is a serious thing I'm telling you about. I'm not fabricating. I never lie. Everybody know this person. My credibility depends on the line when we talk in Sydney, and I don't do that because I'm a person. I'm very political. I go to people yard and I encourage them to go and vote for the Jamaica Labour Party every election. I write through the year, me encourage them. So whenever time I talk, I cannot seem as if I am. When me turn me back, them and say me an idiot. More went and then see me, then glad to ask me the question where them have a burning issue about, because they would think that I'm the right man to ask.
Tell me.
That's the impression when we left one people nearby.
Yeah. Tell me again what the people do with the ballots, sir. I do beg you. Tell me.
149 ballots when it was counted. Some of them have "I love you." Some draw stick man. Some draw car. Some draw chuck. Some draw man I eat on dining table.
Why? Why did they do that? Why?
Let me explain something of politics, neighbor. In politics, people will give you them commitment that they will vote, especially if you have been good to them. Because in our politics, people run to people for help. We've got operatives, not the caretaker, the MP, but we've got people who are operatives of the parties. So a man might need one help. And instead of them run to the politician, the man, they might give the man some plywood and help him personally to develop himself. So he get him commitment that, yeah man, I'm going to work with you. And the daily politics, because they never have no deep commitment, or they never did have no allegiance, but you a man help them and him a commit to them. The PNP might bounce them down the road and offer him one good piece of money. Neighbor, him no want no go. The PNP might tell him say don't go vote, but yet still him can't make him man with that help him right through, no make him no say him no go to the polling station. So him go in at the polling station. And you know when he go in there, what he go do? He go draw the stick man. He draw the "I love you." And them people they usually do them something there. So I'm a person who is on the ground and I know the politics like that. We know what going on the ground. So, and it is not only in that constituency that happened. I travel and I talk politics now everywhere I go. We meet everybody, Labour right and PNP, me and they sit down and chat. And some of them will even tell you the truth too. Them talk to neighbor. No joke, no this, Me I tell me, all right, it's not them wicked. Them do all of that in an election, and then supporter have somebody dead, and then can't bury the person. And then the same MP who win only give the person $10,000 towards burying the person. 10,000 Jamaican dollar. How I know this? The person called me if I can have my side of people to help her in any way or form. And she tell me her demise, And I have had to gone through the process of getting that person some assistance for them to bury them dead. And yet still they never did vote for Jamaica Labour Party. But as a Labour right, we make them get help. But the MP I'm going to give him $10,000 when vote for. Think about that. I'm not lying. And that can't bury dead. The package that the funeral home had, the cheapest I think was 200,000 for help people. That's the cheapest they could have gone. And now I'm going 10,000 the MP give them. But remember, in an election, they might give them $40,000, $50,000 to vote. Or if you don't go vote. I'm telling you what happened. Me not ask you. It's a fact. And that happened right. Didn't know. A $1.2 billion PNP have in an election gone. To spend in Jamaica and a neighbor.
$1.2 billion?
Oh, you better know. $1.2 billion. Neighbor, this is something we never talk on the ground or talk no way. PNP have $1.2 billion in our last election. And every constituency been daubed with money. At least, listen, at least $10 million each person get the lease to run them constituency. And that are the least. And 10 million can't really run constituency works with the long campaign where Andrew Wonas run the last time. Because it was really long. And if you have to be trucking bus, you have to be finding food for these people or pocket money for them and whole heap of drink and whole heap of sit. That's how politics run. Whether you like it, yes, I know. For all of them drink. These things come at
How you get that information? $1.2 billion, sir?
You better believe it.
You know $1 billion is $1,000 million? How comes?
Yeah, me know. 12 million, about 12 million US. 13 million US. That's what the PNP had in the last election.
Wow.
And that's the reason why the General Secretary said when the election was called. You hear what he says? Them not start spend it. You never remember that statement?
I remembered.
Oh, but I want to tell you something, neighbor. I never forget nothing. I've got the brain of an elephant. Long after me remember, because I've got a sequence of studying the PNP, so it's easy for me to remember the things that they do. They've got a pattern. It's not hard to remember if you are really following what their pattern is. It's easy to come off the top of your head and remember the things that happened 10 years ago because they are doing the same thing today. So it's not hard. It's easy, neighbor. The PNP is very corrupt and their corruption is different. And you know what happened, neighbor? Everybody think that the both parties are the same thing. It is so disingenuous and lie and
not
cruel of people to think like that.
Not true?
That's not true. Never the truth. Never the truth. The pattern that the Jamaica Labour Party have, neighbor, is to always grow Jamaica and develop it. But how many people will know or remember that? Not many, because enough of them dead and gone already. We granny and we fourth parents them, because the time when the Labour run the country and did do well with it was the last time when Shearer was Prime Minister in the 70s. In order for you to get $1 US, $1 Jamaican dollar, you have to have $1.20 US.
Yeah.
Think about that. That was in the 70s, and when Michael Manley take over, that crumbled. And Jamaica was in a deprived state. We were deprived from our ability to have self-reliance. We were deprived of educational opportunity. I heard a man said when he said that one man would say when Siaga talk about the education and how poor it is in Jamaica. One man used that example the last time, but I remember Siaga says that a country without education is like a country without energy.
Yes, yeah.
And you remember when JPS like never did run in Jamaica?
Yes. And Mr. Golden said if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
try ignorance are that expensive, and that is what Jamaica is suffering from today, the lack of knowledge, not knowing what they are to know.
Yes.
Jamaican don't know how government run. Jamaican don't know how government structure.
Big problem.
Jamaican don't know what is the responsibilities of their MP. Then things I find them a PNP and them are labor right and them MP in a power. From then see them MP, them to get one little thing in their hand or in their pocket. Or if them MP, if they not see them MP for 1-2 months, them are going to say find that them and they win them not see. Me don't want to see no MP. Me want to see clinic and road and development of one of my constituency. And me know my MP present.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, Matsik, the floor has been yours for the last almost 2 hours. You have been talking, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sure that my listeners have thoroughly enjoyed you and enjoyed your presentation. What a fantastic asset you are to the Labour Party. You are.
I love my country.
Yes.
And because I love Jamaica, I choose JLP.
Yeah. Oh, it's a better party.
Yeah. Then neighbor, we grew up all my life as a PNP and govern. And neighbor, there was a time when me sit down and me have little what you call it now? Would you do one song? I'm a living while I'm living to the Father I will pray. Only He know how we get through every day. Only I can the price. Because I live neighbor, when I was going to St. Mary High School, we did an essay on that song. Our literature teacher, Abbas, does for us to explain the meaning, get to the song. You see that song when it was done? A PNP around the country, you know. People are left school and university and can't get work, you know. Listen to me, man. Then time that my mother was working with Jamaica producer at the St. Mary Banana in St. Mary. I got a 5-year scholarship when I passed common entrance through Jamaica producers in a neighbor. My mother didn't have to pay a school fee, and then time the school fee used to pay, you know. You hear what I said to your neighbor? And that song made me realize that we were in a state in a Jamaica that it inspired the music of the day.
Yeah.
You have one little singer named QQ who say, better must come, better must come. Everybody do suffering song in a PNP in a neighbor. I want to take note. Every artist in a them time there, now notice neighbor will not talk about this. But we want to remember in at that time when PNP around Jamaica, every artist will rise. If you want to rise to fame, you have to do one song where you deal with sufferation.
Yeah. One man say if you see anything, one man say you see anything to smile about.
You see anything to smile about? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Remember that one?
Yes.
Neighbor. So we just think about the music now, make people start to reflect and go back and say, you know, say
poor people fed up. Poor people fed up.
When the Jamaica Labour Party, neighbor, listen, yes, poor people fed up. Remember them song there. When the Jamaica Labour Party take power, listen to this song there. My money, ha ha.
Hold on, my money what?
My money, ha ha. People
Ha ha.
more money. My Friday gone, that's Friday gone, my Friday, and Friday come back. Think about it, you know, neighbor.
As Friday gone, hold on. My money, ha ha. I've never heard that one.
People start singing happy song, money song. People
No,
again.
don't lose me. Don't use me. Fresh cash. As Friday gone, Friday come back.
Fresh cash.
Uh-huh.
Friday come back. Everybody starts singing about money now, neighbor.
My money. My money, ha ha.
PNP has said. PNP are trying to give us the impression that Jamaica has suffered. Listen, man. We now going to make PNP come take this, you know, because we now come off of the platform, you know, neighbor. Me I contact the things them just like how me are talking. Me can pretty it up if we want it, but me not pretty talking because PNP now pretty up the lie them.
Oh.
So you can't come with no speaking spoken when we come touch neighbor stage. Me not come with the speaking spoken in a neighbor. Me are talking things that where the people and to know.
Yes.
Because the people might talk like this, but they not no voice.
Yes.
People are talking them something here. Neighbor not true and a lie because everybody wants speaking spoken to get their line. Me don't want a headline. They are talk like how it is. Things like it's about expressing yourself like how you are.
Yes.
And so enough of the TikTok content creator, them a make money now.
Oh,
Because them a be themselves.
yes.
Yeah?
The money. Ha, ha.
And you hear all the woman them a sing. Man for give man money.
Oh,
And
oh.
you hear them a say. Yeah.
Say man fi give man money.
Where money fi come from if because the woman they know say the man they have money now.
Hold on.
One time
Say,
they
hold on. I think you miss it there. Say man fi give man money.
Man fi give girl money. You know hear Chanel Mirror sing.
Oh no, I don't hear it.
Think about the song them where
Hold on.
them where we are listen to today.
Man fi give
No,
girl.
no, sing about separation.
Man fi give girl money, sir. That's what he said.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
oh.
woman them cause them a say they want black and cement.
Oh Lord.
Woman want black and cement. Your neighbor, so no lie.
Uh-huh.
Every song where I sing now is about money. Is it a woman that say man fi give them man that say alright then no. Me I go give you money but you have to give me you. All of them something. But think about it, no neighbor. The trend that the thing change because why? People start to see prosperity. Neighbor, you ever notice it one time you have a car, you get be a girl. You can't have no car and get no girl again because the woman a drive.
That is true.
Because Jamaica move from poverty to prosperity, neighbor.
Uh-huh.
And we not stop emphasize it. That is what Andrew want to start off fun when he said we're going to move from poverty to prosperity. And we still see it. The only person who are hold up Jamaica is the PNP. Because PNP cannot govern upon prosperity. They have to govern upon poor people government. But we don't want no poor people in Jamaica. And that's what we want to move from. We want everybody fair drive. Everybody. No, neighbor, when me grow up, you know, not even one bicycle my parents could afford for me.
Yes.
And a 4 and 5 away. No, me see people have 4 and 5, and 5 of them have car.
Yes.
5 of them have bike. 5 of them have bicycle. When we have a one little skate, we have to get one little thing named bearings, and we get the old tire them and we cut them and we wrap them on the bearings and we use nail and wedge the bearing in it and we put thick in it and we ride down the hill. You know how much creep up we get neighbor as little boy I grew up, because we have to improvise and create our own toys.
Yes.
Think about it, you know? Just think about it. Because why? And at that time, everybody in America could have buy bicycles same way.
Yes.
And how long we are talking about? 40, 45 years ago. Think about it, no?
Yes.
And we need to remember that if America, as it is today, decide to rob Jamaica, we can't attack. So what the former Prime Minister presented in his statement is factual. America is not the America where we used to 40 years ago, where every sovereign state can negotiate its business, its own business. America, you know, here America, where the Prime Minister, but Bruce Golding said, America run Washington around we know.
Yes.
Venezuela run by Washington now, because they dictate how we run. But here one neighbor, I not take up the time, because if don't play and hold it more people and we do they want to add something to the topic. Me I listen to them too.
Hold on there.
Nice.
It's actually 10:30. We've been out of time long ago. Good evening to you, Wayne. Hi.
That's Mr. Neighbor.
Hi, sir.
I always just listening. I appreciate your show all the time.
Well, thank you.
It's very interesting.
Um,
I was like, I like the movements of the country, you know. I like the direction it's going in. Because I've been away for a while now. So, you know, when I see it on social media, and I don't like the opposition. I don't like they try to join together with the present leader and let things happen and move forward. Now they're trying to fight all the narrow thing because they can't get nothing to steal from the parish council no more. So that's where the fight is coming from. You know, it's not looking nice out here. They're styling up the Prime Minister, telling him about his mom, styling his wife, and all that. It doesn't sound good out in the world, you know.
Well, yeah, sound good at all, sir.
You know, and a lot of people out in the world is opening up their ears. They're hearing all these stuff, you know, disrespecting your leader. It's not good. You can't do that in Canada, you know.
Well, to what extent though do you respect freedom of expression? Do you?
It's I can't really explain it in words, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful of goodness. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
I like what's going on in the country.
Yes, sir.
You can able to come home and you live a proper life. The infrastructure, the foundation that's setting now with this new administration. We have to like it. We have to love it. The man is smart. The PNP said it. They said it. I listened to them. They said him outsmart them by bringing in narrow.
Yes.
And secure in fourth and in fifth term, which I'm happy they see it like that. It's not we say it. They are the one who say it.
Yes.
So I'm glad they realize. So let's leave him alone. Let him do what he got to do. And if he make a mistake, no man perfect. Everybody make mistake. Look in Michael Manley government. Look the amount of things back in the 70s that Michael Manley created. You know what I'm saying? People they want to overshadow certain things and talk about today. X out those kind of people. Now Andrew is a younger man with younger knowledge, and he travel a lot. He know what the country need. So he's putting it in place. So allow him. The PNP they're very disturbing, man.
Well, sir, it's very nice to hear the positive reflections coming from so many Jamaicans in the diaspora.
You might even me. I'm living in Canada for 40 years now.
Wow.
And even my kids them now they visit Jamaica, and I know they want to get their Jamaican citizen.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how people is talking about the country is not moving right. It's going in there because if you're in Canada, a lot of people is moving out of Canada back to Jamaica.
Yeah. Sir, as we reflect on our independence 64, it's important that we look at what are the hindrances that is preventing us from, really hitting the type of independence that Jamaicans really want, because that is economic, sir. Economic empowerment is real independence, Yeah. And that is why this whole talk about United States and all visas, sir. We wouldn't have to talk about visas, sir, if we were a wealthy country.
But if the government could try to, Michael Manley tried that, with the American, and what they did to Jamaica.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Andrew can't afford to. Andrew don't love the country. He love the people.
Yeah.
So he's doing everything in his power to keep the people happy.
Very good.
Because if he go against America, what happened to us?
I think we shall need to talk about that some more, sir, because I think sometimes Jamaicans are very myopic in how they think.
You know what, Mr. Neighbor?
Mm-hmm.
What happened with the PNP party, and this is not about politics, it's about reality.
Mm-hmm.
From back in the Mike and Manley era, him break them in a system like you can come and get a check. It's like Sandy Gully, but parents today I was talking about it. Sandy Gully, and all the crash program thing. But they come in Jamaica those times in the 70s. That's the thing that mash up Jamaica.
Yeah.
Because them have lists that going into Paris Council with 20 dead man name on it.
Yes.
One man is collecting money. The crash program, the people, some people sweep the streets, some don't. You have one man go to Paris Council with 40 name on the list collecting money. That's when Jamaica.
Yes.
That's when we learn that Jamaica not moving right.
Yeah.
PNP them, they take this thing for granted and ramping with people life, and they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah, that's the ideology of socialism that must die in the 64th year of our independence, because socialism tells people to wait. The state will take care of you, and that breeds dependence. But it does something else, sir, is that it breeds resentment.
Yeah.
Because when the state purse becomes dry, the people start to resist and resent the state.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this modern world, sir, socialism is of no value. We have to.
I remember when PNP was in power, when they lose power, right? They leave nothing in the treasure for Siago to go and say, okay, there's $2 million to work off. They leave nothing in there. Siago have to come and work from scratch.
Yeah, Karl Marx was correct, sir. Karl Marx was right that class struggle is real. The answer, though, is not to abolish the classes by making everyone dependent on the state. The answer is to let more people become owners, so they stop being a class and start being stakeholders. And that is what we need to thrive for, sir. Let me tell you something. I saw a report that the government was spending billions of dollars on infirmaries in Jamaica. Infirmaries, sir. Infirmaries. That is a lot of people depending on the state. Now, how much road could that fix? We can't create a welfare state, sir. That is not going to push our country forward.
No way.
Yes, and what we need, sir, is to get people to move from dependence to independence, economic independence.
Yeah.
Gonna have to run though. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, man, you too, man. Have a good night.
Bye-bye. All right. Okay. All right. Dunkley, Briscoe. Hello, Briscoe. No, Dunkley's not there. All right. Christ, EREM. Hello, good night. No, not there either. Dennis Brown.
I'm there. Good night, Nera.
Yes.
Really very informative. And I'm not Jamaica, but I'm living here.
Yes.
And I wanted to give my view and in terms of the politics, that what I have learned growing up, I encountered political parties back then at home. But to be aware of what politics was is when I came to Jamaica. And I remember my last appearance to when I went to a factory, and that is the last time when Simpson Miller Posher was in the campaign. That in a big rally, full, our factory was full. And I had this. I never thought that politics would have been in my blood, because my mother, she was a great politician, and back then she's a woman representative, so I didn't really know much. But no, I was a little interested, and I wanted to, first of all, as African, I just wanted to say that the Jamaican politics has moved way far. It is a game that is really that is very interesting. Because what I'm saying is that when you look at the politics in Africa, you find that politicians really are from places. For example, they are from a tribe. So your tribe can support you to be who you want to be.
Yes.
But here, Andrew Holiness don't even know who are some of his clan or relatives. So it's based on his performance, based on what he has been doing for the people. And that's what attracts people to him. I also want to speak.
Sorry, are you suggesting, sir, that the politics of Jamaica, or the politics Jamaica practices, is akin to that of Africa? Are you suggesting that tribalism is not part of our politics?
No, you here don't really have tribalism. You have classism, a class, which is so different because it's about the class, the color, or something like that. But in Africa, basically, it is a tribes, which tribe this person comes from.
Yeah, and that's multifaceted because there are a number of tribes. But you don't think that we operate along the same ideological lines of tribal politics? Because when you, for example, look at that recent statement made by the PNP of playing the ball game of politics, that's tribalism, sir.
No, it is not. Tribalism, it has to come from a tribe. It is from the bloodstream, basically. But not really.
But it's called, but in our case, it is traditional and cultural. It may not be biological, but definitely cultural.
It is cultural, yes. That would have been.
Yeah.
That's the name. But let me go back to the point. What I wanted to. I think politics is still a good game to play. I say it because there are a lot of young people, because I am a teacher. So there's a lot of young people who want to come into the arena and they want to play this game smart. The only thing, as somebody was saying about civic, they have to place something in the heart of these young people where they can find something that is practical. Like teach the young people about the parliament, how the parliament operates. And so they will see the importance of voting. Instead of going to draw a stick or I love you, they would understand that this is the game.
Yeah, I think we have to move beyond that, sir, and get people to understand how government works and what is the role of government in a society vis-a-vis the role of or the responsibilities citizens have to function within the environment the government creates.
Exactly. When you look at Jamaica, just roughly 3 million people. I'm talking based on my being here, grounded here, learning about politics here, and appreciating what politics is. It makes me understand that with these few numbers, it makes the game so beautiful because we are in a territory that we influence other countries.
Yes.
I am going to tell you one day, and you will believe me. We have the finest MP. We have the finest Prime Minister at this moment.
Are you saying to me that Andrew Holness is the finest Prime Minister we have, sir?
I mean, around this globe, we do have the finest. I sat.
What you saying to me?
I sat close to him, and I envisioned. It's like I entered into his mind because we were looking about. I've attended something about. It was a global warming, and we wanted to see how best the young people can understand about what is happening because these people talking about road is bad, what and the rest. They don't understand. They're not giving the solutions. They're not seeing that because of these different changes that are happening, or the material has not been maybe examined well, and they just apply and things change, and so roads can't be maintained. And so I see this young man who has a lot of knowledge. He only needs more time, and this country would have been far much better.
Oh my God. What you say to me, sir?
this is what I see. It does not really, Andrew does not really work, is not really working as, he's not working as a political bias. It helps those who are also in need. His oppositions, and I've seen this always.
Huh. Wow.
And we have to examine. I tell you, one day when Andrew left these positions, Jamaica are going to cry.
Oh God. Jamaicans will cry, sir.
They will cry and say they have never seen. I can tell you, when I came in 2013, there was a lot of crisis in this country.
You came to Jamaica in 2014.
2013.
13, yes.
I remember I was in downtown area somewhere. I wouldn't really mention the name, but I can tell you those times the gunshot was really firing.
Oh my God, yes.
And I had some friends when they ask me, where are you? I tell them that I'm in downtown. They say, what are you doing there? But no, everybody go to downtown and you can easily buy your fresh food and come back home. I came in the era where you find there was a time when people don't hold phones. You cannot hold your phone on the road.
Yes. They take away, they grab it from you.
You cannot hold. I was told you cannot have more than 5,000 in your wallet. That is the reality, but we have changed. People now go with cards open, and you see people walk blind. People now don't even look where they're going. Their eyes on the phone, and nobody take it.
Oh my God. What you saying to me, sir?
So things have changed
under
this, and because
your perspective, sir, is fascinating, because you are not a Jamaican. You said you came here in 2013.
2013.
And so you are not speaking as a biased political observer.
I'm not talking based on the biasness, because I know I only read the history based on the fact that there was the PNP always used that preferential for the poor, but they were not putting it in practice.
Hold on. You are saying that you have read, or is this your consummate knowledge that the PNP?
I have read and I have seen that is what they always, it's like they're what you call it, what they always use in order to draw people to vote for them. They say that PNP is for the poor, but most of the people who are leading the PNP, they're not poor, and so if you want a poor person,
yes,
if you want a poor person to do better, for example, I'm going to use the church. You can't give a poor person a food or clothes every day. Find something that is interesting, like educate that young person who is begging, and afterward that person would give back.
Yes.
That's how you uplift people.
Yes.
So what I am saying now is that we are to inspire thoughts. If we want to change this country, we are to inspire these young minds so that they would understand that life is really what we have to. You have to work for it.
Yeah. You said you're a teacher, sir.
Yes, I'm a teacher.
And you don't have to tell me the school, but you teach in Jamaica now?
Yes, I am teaching in Jamaica.
What you teach, sir?
I teach geography and history.
Oh, wow. You teach Caribbean history?
Yes.
Sir, we are celebrating 64 years of independence.
Yes.
And this is after 300 and odd years of colonialism we just celebrated emancipation. Tell me, what progress you think Jamaica would have made over the 64 years comparable to other Caribbean islands?
I think the progress is that I am looking forward, because if I see everywhere in Jamaica, you see flat now. People are building flats.
Yes.
And I'm seeing how Jamaicans are going overseas and making progress and putting us on the front page. We have to appreciate the mindset, the education that the young people are getting. We might say that the money is not really enough, but I have seen, and I can tell you that, you see, if you look at the plan, I read also the plan of education, the PNP plan.
Yes.
It is a plan that allows mostly like older people to go back to school, but they're not really looking at the young people.
What you're saying to me, sir? The PNP education plan is catering to the age?
To the age. Not really to the young people. The young people are left.
Oh God, this is fascinating stuff. I wonder if Mr. Crawford is listening to me. I never saw that at all. PNP are old people.
So the PNP only depends on Crawford, which was, I remember Crawford when he was beaten seriously in Portland.
Yes.
I don't remember where the goat is now. Remember he was talking about the goat. Where is the goat?
So, sir, I don't know. I think he's doing well with the goats, I think so. He's turned it into a very successful business. So I hear. Yeah, but I hear he's also interested in becoming the president of the party.
I don't think. Maybe. Let me tell you. We need to keep him active so that the word that was spoken by Katie Knight.
Yeah.
That Mark Golding won't really be the prime minister, and I believe that, you see, I'm not racist, but I would have said that Jamaica is a black continent.
Yes, black country.
And we are happy to see our black people becoming leaders. And I believe that the first thing that would have happened, I'm saying now that Crawford will never beat Andrew at all. But he will only replace Golding to fulfill the prophecy that Golding will never be the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Hold on, but you did raise earlier, when you preface what you just said about you not being classist, and I am intimating that you are suggesting that Golding, because of his class or race, ought not to be elected as Prime Minister.
When you put Golding in a crowd, you wouldn't see Golding shining. You will see a lot of black people around.
Hold on. So if you are saying that the people of Jamaica ought to elect someone
in order for us to have a good political representations. I support that opposition has to be strong, but we need a black Jamaican.
Yeah, but then sir, how would you argue those who would say to you, if you go to the doctor, why would you be concerned if the doctor is black or white or Chinese? Wouldn't you be concerned about the competence of the individual.
And that is why the competence has to be in the black man.
What you mean?
The black man, people, for example, I would say a black man can make a white man, but a white man will never make a black man.
Aha.
That is really my basis. So, which means that the white man comes from a black man. So, what I'm saying is that we just need to find, the PNP need to find a way just to get rid of Mark Golding, because I don't see, because one thing, no, you see, Mark Golding is now confused. You see, he turned to be an entertainer. You ever see him on the stage trying to sing song to impress?
Yes, he does. He has lost a little bit of struggle with the identity.
He's going to sing. Andrew is in the office. Andrew is working. Andrew is calling the president of Ghana. He's busy working. This is a faction. What is Golding saying when we have now the president of Ghana in Jamaica? What message did he come out with to the public?
Yes, I saw it. I saw it today. So shocking, eh? Shocking.
What did he say?
Huh?
What did he say?
Well, the People's National Party, sir, put out a statement suggesting that they welcome the president, but they want clarity on Jamaica's role in landmark UN reparation resolution.
But you would have understood. Remember, Andrew now is a part of the African coalitions.
Yes.
Africa is modeling Andrew to be one of the giants in the Caribbean. So they have seen him as somebody who would have represented. In fact, is a new Garvey, Marcus Garvey.
Hold on. Andrew Holness is a new Marcus Garvey, sir?
That is a rising.
Oh, Lord God.
People need to write about it. Because
what you say to me, sir? Hold on. What this man saying to me here on this program here tonight, that Holness is a new Marcus Garvey rising.
You have to understand. I am talking based on I'm talking based on fact. Because when you look carefully, you see how this man, when he went for the GIS meeting, how was he praised?
Fascinating stuff.
Yes.
The
gentleman said he has never seen anybody like Andrew. Because this is the man who has a heart of doing what we think it is happening. Because he unites. When you go overseas like Africa, it's only Andrew Holness that people knows these days. Because Jamaica is everywhere. Who is the Prime Minister of Jamaica? Andrew. And when you go into the internet, he's a decent man.
Wow.
A man with good quality representation.
Fascinating stuff.
And that's what really people are looking at. So what we need to do.
No, but hold on, before you move on. You just said that the PNP should find a way to get rid of Golding.
In order for us to have a good political representation of good oppositions.
So by implication, you are saying that the opposition now is bad?
Have you ever seen anything they are coming with in recent? Something very motivative, something very interesting that the country should look at?
No, sir, you're right about that. You're very right about that.
Because when you look at the plan I always say to people, look at how many people are coming back home to find jobs and settle back, because as the gentleman said, his children now want to come back to Jamaica and be citizens. I also want to be a citizen soon, because you find
you want to be a citizen soon, sir?
Very soon.
Oh.
As soon as I can talk to Andrew, I get that. Jamaica is home. I want to develop my people, because this was my dream, that I'm comfortable to work where I can see my fellow black men or women and children and comfortable. Nobody say anything. I can testify that I've never been insulted.
Here in Jamaica?
Here in Jamaica.
Wow! Fascinating.
I have never been insulted. And Jamaica is a place that make you think, make you grow, make you think out of the box. What is it that you want to do and can transpire you? Because I am not living as a king. I'm living just like any ordinary man, but man with potential.
Wow.
So this is really what we want. We need to build Jamaica to be a place where women can have children. Nobody can really break into the houses. There are several days I've been, like, even right now I am sleeping, my door is open.
you sleep with your door open, sir?
Yes, man.
Oh my God! Wow, this is fascinating.
I'm not afraid.
Uh-huh.
I'm only afraid of the bad mind.
But yes. That is the worst enemy in Jamaica, sir. Only bad man can come in. Oh, wonderful.
So what I'm saying is that we come a long way.
Yes, sir. Yes, absolutely.
We come a long way, and we need to change the mentality and be positive.
Yeah, fascinating stuff, sir.
In whatever we do, in whatever we think about, life has a lot to offer us, and we have to go back to the 2030
vision. Yeah.
Vision.
Yes.
Which the PNP don't even know. What is the first vision? Ask the PNP. They will say this can work. This can work. They are always opposing.
No, sir. This is fascinating, you know.
People,
this is fascinating stuff.
Yes.
My good God, man, you're an inspiration. Wow.
So I really listened carefully, and I'm really thankful to listen. In Jamaica, you need just guidance. Like, the young people need guidance. Men has to change the mentality. They have to take the care of any child that they give birth to, that they are really work towards. We don't need to fight one another.
Yes.
We just need to play politics, which is politics that can develop us. What is it? Politics is basically a game of development.
Yeah.
It's a game of development. If the politicians go in and fight, represent us, and say, our children need schools, our children need hospitals. I can see now, you look about, when I was traveling the other day, I see, I was traveling with a PNP, a strong PNP, and she see Maypen Hospital being built, and she was so proud to say, oh, they're building Maypen Hospital.
Spanish Town.
Yes, no, Maypen Hospital.
Uh-huh.
I say that is JLP. They're doing their work because they know that the people need that. So we have to understand that things take time, not really one time. Everything can work the way people want.
Yes.
we have to be patient. You see, when you look at we can't achieve the higher goal before fulfilling
the lower one.
The lower one.
Yes.
We need to ensure that people can eat, people can do whatever little they're doing, and people can get in contact with whoever you see, persons, your neighbors. You have to be socialized, because there are a lot of things that are distracting us, and worst, when politicians distract us to hate our neighbors, hate what we are doing to make progress. That is so bad.
Yes, sir.
We have to look into context. When we see, I always, in my class, I always sometimes stop teaching what the curriculum is about. I want the young people to go and write their own history. What are some of the things that your parents, what are the things that you remember? You can remember that you will never forget, that you learned from your mother or your father. Tell me. And they will tell exactly. And I said, you see, good parenting. We need that.
Yes.
So when you look around and see, PNP complain doesn't solve a thing.
True.
That's what I have learned. If me have no food, I don't complain. I have to go look for where I can get food from. Because if I keep complaining, I won't get that.
Yes.
And people love to complain. Complain will never, ever help us.
Fascinating, sir. Fascinating.
So I wanted us to go back to the drawing board. We have to write what is important. I know if we wanted to improve the health system, education, our lifestyles, you see, recently I'm also walking around, I'm seeing a lot of young people getting pregnant, which means that they're sleeping in a comfortable beds.
Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes.
So, life is going on.
Yes.
Life is going on.
Well, sir, I tell you, you can get pregnant out of comfortable beds too. Oh, this is fascinating. I tell you.
Oh gosh.
Let me allow somebody. I wish you all the best and good luck. I love Jamaica.
Sir, you are to come back. You hear? You are to come back.
I say Jamaica is a place that I can say that is a place I have grown.
Yeah.
I was exposed to understand what life is.
Yes.
And what I should take. And I said the best thing to do is we still need to rewrite our history, because this is a dream that we wanted to build Jamaica. Jamaica will be the first class country. We want this country to be not a country that everybody is comfortable. People can come in and enjoy. We still have a lot of space, land space. We have our rivers. We have all we need to do is to work together and build this country to a higher level. And that's really what my message to everybody. Love one another, watch over your neighbors. Don't stay close to your neighbors and you don't even know their names. That's not really how society operates.
Fantastic. Great. Nice talking to you, sir.
Yes, thanks.
Take care. You must come again.
Sure.
Bless. Well, what a program tonight. Sergeant Saint Tony, hi. You're the final one. Saint Tony? No, he's not there. Well, 10 minutes after 11 o'clock, we ran up the clock tonight, and boy, I tell you, it's been one of those nights, and we thank you. Okay, YouTube, thank you so much for hanging on with us. We celebrate 64 years on Thursday, and we'll be back tomorrow to continue the discussion on independence, emancipation, and how the politics fits into it. So tomorrow's program, Wednesday's program, will be zeroing in on politics and independence. And we'll be looking at how the political parties have influenced Jamaica since independence. Has the Jamaica Labour Party influenced it positively versus the PNP? We will be talking about those things in the coming days. I want to thank you, YouTube, for staying with us. I want to thank you if you are on X and also on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in to the program tonight. Please remember.
David, just before you go, good night. Welcome to everyone. Just want to let you know we're here Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. And we are also here on Sundays at 6 to 9 p.m. Jamaican times, that is. If we would appreciate you supporting our platform by donating to Cash App or Zelle. The Zelle number is 954-635-8732. Or you can inbox me and I'll send you the information. Thank you so much. Neighbor, tonight we went live on Facebook for the first time. And of course, you know, we have a new X account, and I was pleasantly surprised by the numbers.
Wow.
I want to say thanks to everyone.
First night we are on X.
Well, with this new account.
Oh yes. How many people we had over there?
I don't remember at this time, but you know.
I think at one time you sent me about 55.
Something 58, I think.
Well,
right.
Fantastic. Well, great.
Right. So just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Wow. Thank you so much, Caroline, and thank you, listeners. Great program. Thank you so much for your support. As my producer just told you, please support Politics Plus. You hear? Politics matters. Politics matter Jamaica. Politics matter Jamaica. The Hello Neighbor Show. We need your support to continue producing good shows and bringing it to you every night at 7 o'clock. Until we join you tomorrow, take care of yourselves and have a great night. Thank you so much. All right, YouTube, TikTok. Oh my God, the TikTok numbers tonight were